We're live. Wow, it's been a minute. Where's my cheers? There they are. Okay. I haven't done a drama stream in a while. We've been really playing a lot of video games. To the point where I'm pretty sure it's fucked up my channel. But that's okay. I like to play Fallout. We're gonna keep doing that regardless. So there's this drama going on. You guys might have heard about it. Let me turn down this shit a little bit more. It basically has to do with your usual culprits when it comes to being undeservingly called out for bullshit for nothing really. You have Oompaville, who we've talked about before. You have Wendigoon, we've talked about before, and we have SomeOrdinaryGamer, who we've talked about before. Now, all of these people, when we've covered them in the past, whenever they're in drama, it's typically just a bunch of people being butthurt and crying and bitching and moaning and making shit up to just try to make a point that's most of the time not even really there. Nothing really is ever really going on with these people. And now we have a new contender. And he is so fucking irrelevant, I don't even know who the fuck he is anymore. What is this guy's name? Hold on, guys. Are you ready for this shit? We're going to go into it right now. Are you ready? Hold on. Where's my button? Boom! We got the drama board. We got the fucking drama board up. We are fucking getting serious here. This is going to be a serious fucking stream. We are back into the drama streams. We're doing it. So here I am just on YouTube. I don't know why I even felt the need to show that yet, but there it was. Who the fuck was this guy? I feel like it's bad if I don't know who the fucking guy is. He's some freaking movie maker fucking guy. His name's Praise of Shadows. Okay? He's a movie buff. He makes videos about horror movies. Here's his channel. It's, I don't know how well you can see. Yeah, you can probably see it all right there. Hold on, I'll make it even better for you. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. So we got Praise of Shadows here. What do we have going on here? We have Courage the Cowardly Dog, Nothing But Trouble, very weird movie. Just, you know, he's a movie buff channel. He does these movies, media. But he dipped his toes. What's going on, Ian? You're a cool guy. He dipped his toes into, like, the drama commentary shit. And the video's actually been taken down. And hold on, we'll find the video. I have a link. Don't worry. Nothing goes missing on the internet. I do have the link to the full video. I have the link to the segment that everybody's mad about. And I'm going to bring that up in a moment here. Because I'm a G. I'm top G over here and shit. But, what was I going to go here? We're going to start off probably by reacting to a highlight, like a summary by willymacshow. And I'll give my takes to that. I have not seen the video yet. I've seen clips. And I get the gist of it. But I have not seen the full video yet. So we'll get the highlights from willymacshow, because I think he typically does a really good job of going over stuff, being unbiased, stuff like that. The important things. And then from there, we will see where we end up. Where is he? Where's my boy? There it is. So without further ado, I think I've introduced our main characters enough, and I think willymacshow will do a good job of continuing on where I left off, and we'll keep on going from there. We'll keep the discussion going. We'll keep on chugging, okay? Here we go. The most racist, leftist slander everyone, featuring Wendigoon. So this is going over this Praise of Shadows, I'm just going to call him Noah Samsen, because they all look the fucking same. He's one of those YouTubers.
In big time, you can collect big time cryptocurrency.
Oh hell yeah,
right
big
now.
time cryptocurrency. Let's
Time
freaking go. We're gonna battle. Okay.
I care deeply about horror, and everything that he does has demonstrated so far in his career.
Hold on. Fuck.
Today we're going to be talking about the most politically brain-rotted video I have ever seen, coming from the horror community of all places. Calling every big content creator who held a gun a far-right YouTuber, getting every detail wrong,
To having multiple ties to other
Why does he
far-right
look like
extremist
that?
figures. He is friends with Brandon.
Not that he necessarily looks bad, but like, what is the mustache, Hawaiian shirt, fucking like unkept hair look. Like, I think the reason it doesn't work for this type of person is because you can tell they're like, it's a look that's like, I don't care, but they do care. I don't know. Guess it's besides the point.
Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening rape. He is friends with Oompaville, a gun
Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who's been accused of freaking I'm a grape. We'll call it grape. I don't know. I know exactly what that is too. So what happened there is Brandon, he'll get into it, I'm sure, but shit, Brandon Buckingham was fighting with that Sneeko fuck, and he made like a comment about like his wife, Sneeko's girlfriend, wanting to have sex with him, and then Sneeko falsely accused him of suggesting grape. So like right off the rip, this guy just has absolutely no fucking clue what he's talking about. Or maybe I don't. Keep watching. We'll see where we end up there. Oompaville's up. Oompaville likes guns and trucks and lives in Texas and pulls off the look that these guys so desperately try to get going. So he just automatically, like, if you're friends with Oompaville and these leftoids fucking get a hold of you, it's already just game over. You're just a piece of shit. Oompaville's bad. Guns are bad, okay?
Obsessed content creator that has taken advantage
Mustaches are only cool if you're left. If you're right, it means you're a bigot.
Avocado's mental decline.
Nick Avocato is a character. Have you even watched the videos?
He is friends with Mutahar, who argued against Andrew Tate being deplatformed from social media websites, and has recently showcased a great deal of transphobia in his most recent video.
He did not. We've been over that. He did not. That is Keffels with sweat, okay? It is not transphobic to draw Keffels with sweat just because she's transgender. Okay? It is not.
Oh no.
It's all of the things. It's all of the fucking things. It's all of like the. I have a theory here because with this Noah Samsen looking fuck. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there's been this thing going on in like the YouTube drama subreddit where people are like posting Mutahar and Wendigoon. Really, it's Wendigoon, and they'll be like, "We need a Noah Samsen level takedown video of Wendigoon," and I think this fucking Noah Samsen ripoff, Walmart Noah Samsen, saw this, and he tried to fill that market gap, and completely fucking failed in doing so. That's my theory. That's my headcanon on the event. That's been a thing that's been going on, and the thing with Noah Samsen, he's such a fucking bitch. He falsely accused Chud Logic of being like a pedophile. And then when it was called out on it, Noah Samsen deleted his Twitter account, which is why you will no longer find Noah Samsen on Twitter. The dude's a pussy. By every sense of the word, a bitch.
This guy hasn't watched anything. This guy will pearl clutch at every opportunity while at the same time pushing harmful stereotypes, like saying that everyone who lives in Appalachia is a racist.
I live in Appalachia. Whoops. Sorry for that.
Appalachia is very white country, and for the most part, is exceptionally racist. Genuinely in this part of the country, you have to assume that any white person you meet is racist unless they show you otherwise.
And then he legitimately tries to use this as a point to prove that Wendigoon is a racist because he lives there. I love my job.
And beyond that,
isn't that logic in itself based in the same roots that racism is based in? Like me, I live in Appalachia and I don't think I'm racist. Am I just one of the good ones? Isn't that the same logic? All these fucking guys, all of the things that they hate and they are outspoken against, they are all of those things, but on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's the same fucking hardware with different software with all these fucking guys.
The Cherokee Reservation. Wendigoon lives somewhere just on the other side of the reservation. That is not me doxing him. He has said many times publicly that he lives in East Tennessee, and I'm not even saying what town he lives in. According to the latest census, there are only 23 black people who live in Maggie Valley.
But why would this guy push so hard to frame Wendigoon as a racist? Well, it's because he wants to gatekeep the horror movie review genre. I'm not gonna make it through this.
Is that what
So
triggered
if he's a
him?
conservative? Is that a problem? Which the answer to that is yes. But the reason that I care is because this does not belong in horror or anywhere. I care deeply about horror, and everything that he does has demonstrated so far in his career that he should not be welcomed in our spaces.
It all just reminds me of Hassan saying the word cracker isn't racist and then repeatedly using it in the most racist way possible.
Crime of using the C word.
I'm confused there. Wendigoon makes horror content, but this guy like reviews movies and stuff. Horror movies. But does Wendigoon, I'll be honest with you, I don't watch Wendigoon. I know he like talks about like spooky stuff. I guess that's the horror genre. I don't know. Is that fair to say that he's trying to keep the horror genre? I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Moving on.
Cracker. Did I say, oh my God, saltine cracker? Like people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said. You dumb cracker bitch.
Cracker this.
That's. I didn't use cracker slanderously. You uses cracker as a slur. Like.
This cracker that. All this talk of crackers is making me hungry, but I don't want some sugary snack. Good thing I have Magic Spoon.
All right, I've heard him say before that he doesn't care if he watches ads or not, so we're not going to. We're not going to do it. We're not going to.
Do I need to say more? Why'd they make the maze so hard? It's great for people who are carb conscious with 4 to 5
I guess we
grams
are
of net
going
carbs,
to.
no
I don't know where it
artificial
ends.
ingredients, and
I don't know where it
13 grams
ends.
of protein. See, this buff guy loves it, so you will too. And if you somehow don't like it, Magic Spoon will give you a full refund, no questions asked. That's how confident they are in the product. My mom has been begging me to work with Magic Spoon. She's been eating their cereal for years. So if you want to be cool like me and my mom, go to magicspoon.com/Willy or scan the QR code and use code Willy at checkout to get $5 off any order. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this video.
Nobody even wants you here.
In Praise of Shadows, also known as
In
Zane,
Praise
is a
of
horror
Shadows.
movie review YouTuber. He loves focusing on the political analysis of film and relating everything back to being left-leaning, which is fine. It's his content, but it does come off as a bit cringe at times.
Okay, it's not fine. I'm already. I mean, honestly, like the waters have been poisoned because I've already covered the guys he's covering a few times, and I've never seen anything where I'm like, oh, they have a point here. Whenever they're trying to cancel these people, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that this guy is politically fucking brain rotted, where every single thing in life has to be drawn back into their politics. That's my take going into this.
Reviewed The Hills Have Eyes.
This is a film about cannibals killing and eating a family who get lost on their summer vacation.
Yeah, how the fuck is The Hills Have Eyes political? I'm sure we'll hear it. I'm sure we'll fucking hear it.
And psychologically, most when they watch this will be on the side of the vacationing family and wish
Yeah,
for
the
them to
victims,
survive
the
and make it
victims,
out and get back home.
the victims that were harassed by fucking cannibals. Yeah, I took their side in the movie.
And why is that?
It's because they're cannibals.
Because if you look at this from the perspective of the hill people, they are only defending what is theirs, this land that they call home. To say that the hill people and the New Yorkers are of the same nation would only be true in the strictest definition, in that they happen to live within the same borders, but culturally, they couldn't be more different.
What if the culture is them murdering and eating people, then they're the bad guys? What the fuck are you talking about? Idiot.
The hills
Moron. Fucking idiot. Buffoon.
have eyes as a
Idiot.
clash of when you take two types of people who hold absolute contempt for one another, and then you proceed to call them both American and equals, who supposedly have the same opportunities at birth.
Oh, my bad. I guess it's about BLM in January 6th. He ended up getting
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
memed on quite a bit for this video, with the top comments saying, "This video, the family had a flat tire and momentarily tried to retrieve their lost dog. So who's the real murdering cannibalistic rapist here? It was self-defense. I don't know. It's weird to say someone's invading your land when all that happened is they crashed their car and went looking for their lost dog."
And as he falls to the ground, the symbol of inherited generational wealth, education, and power stands over his already dying body and stabs him repeatedly in the heart. Not to kill him, which at this point is already an inevitability, but to remind him of his place.
Or maybe it was just to kill the cannibal that attacked him and his family. I don't know. Just my interpretation. The
I'd
reason why we're
probably take
talking
the
about this is
latter.
because he dropped a 3-hour-long video
So the guy's politically brain rot is what we got. This guy's everything. He reviews movies, and even in doing that, he has to draw all of the reviews and critiques of the movies back to his political ideology and the social wars surrounding it. So the guy's brain is leaking out of his fucking ears. That's what okay.
titled Bad Conservative Horror Movies, which is not about conservative movies at all. The video is split into 3 parts. Part 1 is calling everyone stupid for not agreeing with his Hills Have Eyes review and blaming his audience's stupidity for his channel dying.
I don't think that most of them have actually even watched it. And I kind of want to look at this, because posting that video was a huge negative turning point in my life, and the way that that one video was received has really impacted everything around me. Before that, I was relatively comfortable financially. I could make the kinds of videos that I wanted to, and have honestly struggled very badly ever since then.
He's like, nobody treats me like a person anymore, despite none of the comments being that bad.
They don't even treat me like a person.
He's so dramatic. Of course you're going to lose viewers if you're going to gatekeep horror movies from everyone who's not extremely left-leaning.
Horror is an intrinsically left, punk, anti-establishment, countercultural art form that is primarily concerned with social issues and pushing boundaries beyond what is deemed acceptable by tradition.
That guy's parents never told him he was stupid. He's a victim, dude. This guy is actually a victim. He went through school, and his parents, like, nobody ever actually let him know that he's a fucking moron. He's so special. Everything he does is so special. He's so smart. He's gonna figure it all out one day. This is the guy, dude. Horror movies are fucking political, guys.
Conservative, polite society.
All right.
There's no other way that you can rationally look at it and still exist within reality.
The vast majority of viewers just want to see the scary thing and hear the scary story. Of course you're going to lose viewers if you talk like a gatekeeping douchebag. He goes on to discredit every other creator who doesn't apply his same politics to their analysis.
Folks constantly talk about the political undertones of my videos, but horror is an unabashedly political genre that is
Hey, your fucking people don't want to watch you because they get through, like, you're preaching politics at them. Like they sign up for a fucking horror movie critique video and they get fucking berated with your political views, which aren't even good takes. So maybe that's why, like, if you're going to sit here and bitch about why people aren't watching your videos, maybe that's it. Like me, I don't grow. Maybe it's because people don't like me. I don't make good content. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, I don't know, man. Accountability is really rare these days. People don't like that accountability, man. Accountability is an ugly fucking word. Everything is someone else's fault.
Directly with issues facing the current society. And if you're in the horror space and you don't regularly acknowledge this foundation as a challenge to power, then I just assume you're in it for the money, or that you don't actually care, or you're just really bad at your job. And if that makes you uncomfortable or upset that I often do that in my videos, that's probably...
Is this guy poor? I've seen some clips. I'm not going to lie. You see the title above my head. I just get the feeling that this guy's poor and it's everyone else's fault.
a good thing.
It's a very pretentious video that only becomes more unself-aware when he starts to complain about the drop in viewership hurting his ability to pay bills.
There was a month last year
It's called get a fucking job, loser.
where I only made $500 in ad revenue.
Okay, you should have gotten a job, idiot.
I can't live off that.
No shit, get a job.
The amount of times that I've almost had to stop making videos since then has been almost monthly.
You should have done that, gotten a job, and maybe gotten back into it then. Why is it everyone else's fault that you can't make enough money on YouTube to support yourself? Boo fucking who?
I've barely been able to keep this afloat. I've
Oh, then get a fucking job, idiot.
paid my rent
Fucking moron, buy a decent camera. Get a job and buy a camera. You look like shit.
late most months for the past year.
Now let me get this
I'm just being mean at this point because I know this guy's an asshole.
straight. This guy isolates his viewers that aren't on the extreme left, tells them
Like, I have nice equipment. You know why I have nice equipment? Because I have a fucking job. This isn't from YouTube. I don't make any fucking money. I'm monetized. You might see I fucking hate this guy. Didn't he just get done bitching about how they're only in it? All these YouTubers are only in it from the money. This guy's a starving artist. A starving artist. Being in the arts absolves you from any accountability of having to sustain yourself. Everyone in society should have to raise you up on a fucking pillar because you're an artist. Fucking spare me. Get a job, loser.
to leave and that horror isn't for them, and then cries when his viewership goes down. You can't make this up. But you know what? I still kind of feel bad for him. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Trying to go full-time on YouTube is also hard. But I fail to show any empathy when he's continually shooting himself in the foot, and then he's turning down sponsors.
Well, no, I don't even agree with Willie Mac here because, like, you're coming at him from a sympathetic point of view because, like, it is hard. It's hard to go pro on YouTube. Well, you're not entitled to that. Like, I make videos because I like making fucking videos. Like, you're like, oh, well, I'm doing this for the love of the fucking game, and then you're bitching that you make no fucking money. I don't even agree with Willie Mac here. He's being too much of a nice guy. Fucking get him, Willie. Fucking get him, Willie. Stop being a nice guy, Willie. Fucking get him, Willie.
I, as a blanket rule, have never accepted gifts or sponsorship for my work.
Was you're a fucking idiot. Have you ever been offered gifts or sponsorship for your work, broke boy? You fucking complaining you have no money. I've never accepted gifts or sponsorship for my work. Oh, fuck you.
Even
Shut
though
up.
I get a constant stream of email offers about them.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. You're stupid.
This guy is
You're a stupid person.
just a struggling artist. He's better than us.
Either way, you sadly became full of yourself, mourning over your poor artist soul and drowning in self-pity.
But it does seem a little tone deaf to cry to your audience about bills while you're leaving money on the table. He spends the rest of the video pearl clutching. A guy wants the
Yeah, honestly, who's gonna fucking foot the bill? Who's gonna, Mr. fucking lefty over here, Mr. fucking capitalism ruins everything over here, asking his audience to support him and turning down donations from giant fucking millionaire companies. Fucking take the money from the billionaires. Take the money from the $1 million industry. Don't take the money from your fucking fans. That's what it is. Like, these people, they get all fucking political. Their ideologies are so fucking skewed. Like, they don't know what they're talking about.
The horror movie Abigail to gross more than Civil War, and that's somehow fundamentalist Christian language.
This is the kind of language that fundamentalist Christians use, and we are subjecting people to listening to it in relation to a moderately decent movie about vampire children eating people. But it really is that kind of Orwellian fascist idea.
A character live streams.
There it is. This fascist idea. Like, this guy. That's the problem, right? This guy was insulated by being a horror movie critic. And then he dipped his toes into the wider commentary space and got fucking obliterated. Because this guy has just been, like, you know that he's just never been challenged before by the way he speaks. He sits there and develops all his headcanon.
In a horror movie,
and no one tells him he's a fucking idiot. No one goes, you're stupid, bro. You have bad takes.
The F slur.
The comment section that is on screen at all times constantly uses slurs, including the word multiple times. From what I can tell, neither Shepard nor Savage are actually queer, but I can't find conclusive evidence to say that 100%.
Tarantino movies say the N-word and he isn't black. Is this an R-rated piece of media or not? Let's face it, we all know if the lady from Halloween was streaming, some asshole would be in the comments calling her the F slur. A film director says he doesn't care about COVID, and Zane frames as him wanting to kill all of his employees.
Hi, Dave Jones.
I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but at least to me, when I read that, it seems that he is implying that he did not care if his employees got COVID under his command.
Why are we well, maybe this is an old tweet, but why are we talking about COVID in 2024? Like,
and possibly.
I'm by the way, vaccinated. By the way, vaccinated. Okay? Not crazy, not conservative freak. Just saying, 2024, all right? I live in the real world. I have a job. Why are we talking about COVID? Why are we
died, so long as the product continued to get made and that he could get even more wealthy.
This tweet was made in 2022.
Okay. 2022 was still pretty far out of the pandemic.
Nobody cared about COVID anymore in 2022. A director was a guest on Ben Shapiro, so that means he...
By the way, get vaccinated. Stop being stupid. Yeah. Ooh, curve. That's my fucking ideology. I'll push on you.
He's a Nazi.
One of his biggest crimes against horror to me is that he sat down to be a guest on the Ben Shapiro show. You know, the old 1940s phrase that roughly goes, if you have 10 people and one Nazi willingly sitting down for a meal together.
You think I lean left, Dave Jones? Wait till you hear this guy. Wait till you hear this guy.
And all you have is 11 Nazis? So, if one film executive sits down with a fascist for a civil conversation, then all you have are two fascists being broadcast over the internet.
I don't really like Ben Shapiro, to be honest with you.
And this leads into a 40-minute unhinged rant saying Wendigoon, another horror YouTuber, is a fascist along with everyone he's interacting
he's Christian.
with on Twitter. He says
God forbid he
Wendigoon
likes
can't
guns and
analyze
he's
horror
Christian.
content because he has money and owns a gun.
I have no need or desire to hear 5 hours of opinions on Blood Meridian from a 21-year-old millionaire who got famous around the age of 19. There are some works that fundamentally will not be understood by you if you are wealthy and have always been upper class your entire life.
Okay, there is something there. There is something there I actually fucking want to agree with, but he's wrong still. I do get really fucking annoyed with these commentators that like blew up when they were like in high school and they want to like give like deep like critique into like there's just certain things in life that when you become a fucking wealthy person as a teenager, you're just not going to have a good take on. You're just not, okay? And that's not your fault. That's just part of the game. That being said, I don't think you need to go through any type of struggle inherently in life to be able to critique fucking horror movies. But there are some of these commentators I see online where I'm like, dude, this take is clearly from somebody who like never really had a career. Notice I said career, not job. Okay? Difference. There's a difference there.
And this may all sound condescending, but that doesn't stop it from being somewhat true. There are many things that are red flags that we could talk about.
Oh, Wendigoon did start the Boogaloo Boys. That is true, but he claims that he started it as a joke. It got serious. People took it seriously, and he left. That is a thing that I learned after making my last video on Wendigoon. He does claim he started the fucking Boogaloo Boys, which did then later on become like a serious group that did bad things. I wonder if that's going to be used here. Which, to be fair, if you don't do proper research, if you just kind of like stumble upon that, that is a crazy fucking parallel. That is a crazy parallel.
From the bizarre gun ownership.
Bizarre gun ownership.
The flagrant use, from my perspective,
That's
of his religion as a shield from criticism, to the belief that he at one point followed many far-right accounts on Twitter, from Kyle Rittenhouse to Parler.
Of course.
I hate Kyle Rittenhouse. Why is this guy fucking famous? Why is Kyle Rittenhouse? Why are there fucking shows where Kyle Rittenhouse is speaking? There's another example of a guy who never fucking did anything his whole fucking life. He's a child. And now he's like has a career because, you know, the incident where he shot somebody. Now he's a career. Like from what? Well, why would I ever want to hear a take from Kyle Rittenhouse? It's fucking stupid. Everyone's stupid. Both sides of the political spectrum, once you get far enough left or right, they're fucking morons.
Of course, somebody who owns a gun is going to be supportive of Kyle Rittenhouse. It's a self-defense case where Kyle was found innocent. Of course he's going to be following him. These are the most surface level observations. He owns gun, bad. He rich, bad. I find it funny that earlier in this same video, Discount Noah Samsen says this isn't going to be a video just listing off people he hates on Twitter.
I promise.
I'm telling you, that's what it is. I'm telling you. This guy like idolizes Noah Samsen and was seeing all the threads where people were like, we need a Noah Samsen. I'm telling you, these were things were occurring on the drama Reddit. They were like, we need Noah Samsen or a Noah Samsen takedown video on Wendigoon. And this guy was like, I'm going to fill that market gap and got fucking obliterated.
It's not going to turn into a list of people who annoyed me on Twitter.
It's exactly that.
And I hope that this is becoming obvious to you as well. In my opinion, there is a regular pattern of behavior there. From supporting Rittenhouse to having multiple ties to other far-right extremist figures.
Far-right extremists. Okay, we have Turkey Tom. fucking. I love when Turkey Tom gets brought up as like a far-right extremist. Look, who do we have here? Who are the... Actually, I don't... Okay, we have Brandon Buckingham. We have Turkey Tom. We have Wendigoon. Well, that's who we're talking about. I don't know who the other two guys are. I don't know. I don't see... I think Turkey Tom probably does lean right, probably, but I mean, I don't know. I watch him a lot. I don't really think that he's like a far-right extremist. I think he has some pretty level... I think he's pretty based. He's got some level takes, you know? Brandon Buckingham, not too familiar with Brandon Buckingham. But based on where we're at so far, I doubt he's an extremist of any level as well.
Multiple ties to other far-right extremist figures. Wendigoon is very publicly friends with Turkey Tom. They have been seen together on multiple occasions. And
did you know that Turkey Tom said the N-word in Discord when he was 17 years old?
I've seen...
Is it gonna actually fucking go there?
Online mentions that Tom was either at his wedding or at the very least...
Tom was at his wedding. There's pictures that Tom posted of him at Wendigoon's wedding.
Was invited.
When he says Wendigoon is friends with far-right fascists, I'm thinking Nick Fuentes, Baked Alaska, not Turkey Tom, the commentary YouTuber.
Tom has been accused of using the N-word multiple times in private conversations.
There it is, dude. Tom will never get away from that. Tom will never, ever, every single time he ever comes up in any type of debate with anybody that's bad faith, like Boogie or this fucking guy, it's got to go to, well, you know, Turkey Tom, when he was 17, 16 years old or whatever, when he's a child, he's a literal fucking child. He said the N-word in a private Discord. Like, dude, come on now, bro.
Including these screenshots of text.
I never even read them. I know of the legend. I'm not going to read them. That'd be bad, huh? Oh, well, eventually I'll call someone a 2. Many times or I'll bully someone enough I doubt you'll hate me. Oh, that's bad. 2018 though. 2018. Okay, I don't know. I don't care that some teenager said some edgy shit in a Discord. Maybe that makes me the bad guy.
That are alleged to
I don't know. I don't think so.
real.
They are real. These messages Tom sent in high school will haunt them forever.
Based.
And he's
fucking
also been
based.
accused of saying that the upper tiers of his Patreon were
See, I'm not
intended
crazy.
for Jews with deep pockets.
That's also true. Hey,
Like-
you never asked. That's why you're struggling to pay your bills. Jews with deep pockets.
To be fair, there is, like, I don't know, man. Like, from the outside looking in, like, it some of that shit does look really bad. I don't know. Like, They're not jokes you'll see me making. That's all I have to say, even privately.
You're welcome to join my Patreon.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box, starting at $6.99.
Yeah, like when I was a teenager, I was too busy getting thrown in the back of cop cars to be racist. Like I don't know. Which one's worse? I don't know.
Is publicly connected to the Internet Historian, and has even appeared in his videos. The Internet Historian publicly said that his birthday was April 20th. It is not, and has only said that as a joke because that is Hitler's birthday.
Okay. Is that it? This guy doesn't explain anything. He just points out one edgy joke these people have said as if that's proof of...
And it's all out of context, too. Like, it's all out of context. Like, we don't, like, I don't know. Why, like, what was the point of him saying that his birthday was Hitler's birthday? Like, is that a dog whistle? Is that supposed to be a Nazi dog whistle? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no context. I just know it's something he said once.
Right-wing extremism and then moves on.
Wendigoon is publicly friends with Donut Operator, and even retweeted a photograph of the two of them hugging. Donut Operator is a gun-crazed...
No, my record's clean, Dave Jones. All dumbass shit when I was a kid, because kids do dumbass shit. Okay, that's why I'm not mad at Turkey Tom for saying some dumbass shit when he was a kid.
Very far-right YouTuber with 4 million subscribers.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to back this up with solid evidence.
His content is very pro-state, pro-cop, pro-gun, and pro-death to people who don't share his beliefs propaganda.
Isn't that exactly what you are doing right now? Isn't that you? Isn't that this whole video? Just the other side of the political spectrum?
For example, one of his videos is titled, Predator Takes Shotgun to the Face.
Okay. Predator, like a child predator, take shotgun to the face. Okay. All right. Tell me why that's particularly awful to you. I don't know.
And features a picture of him smiling in the corner of the thumbnail next to an image of a terrified man about...
A terrified man, a child predator, next to an image of a child predator
to be executed by cops. With
about to be executed by cops. A child predator about to be laughing at a child predator about to be executed by cops. Okay. Is this supposed, like, you're wording it in a way where I'm supposed to be mad at Donut Operator, but I just think this is based. I think this is unironically, this is okay. This is okay to me. In my personal opinion.
The text that reads, head removal.
Did you watch the video? Donut Operator is reviewing a case where a 7-year-old was being harmed, and when the police came in, the guy reached for his gun,
and the guy reached for his gun. Like again, like the context just keeps adding up where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This is supposed to be a bad thing. A child predator got confronted by the police, ran to the police with a gun, and was shot as a result. And that makes, and Donut Operator talking about it and having a picture of him laughing in the thumbnail, that makes him a bad guy.
leading to his death. Why are you making it sound like you're against this? The criticism from Zane is missing context and is extremely bad faith.
Wendigoon seems very comfortable with a man who makes his living worshipping violence committed by the state. He's a man of...
You make horror fucking movies, you dumbass. Show me a non-violent horror movie.
No conviction, claiming to be very against the government and for the rights of the people.
Are you for the government? Because lefties, like Hassan Piker, is like super for the government.
Well,
oh, dude. Same fucking hardware, different programming. Same hardware, different programming,
giving
dude.
a warm embrace to one of the biggest fascist bootlickers on the internet.
The example he used is of a pedophile. How dare Wendigoon be friends with Donut Operator, even though he supports cops stopping pedos? What a bootlicker, a man of no conviction.
The only thing that one could reasonably gather from this picture of them hugging is that he too is a fascist bootlicker himself.
That's the only reasonable conclusion you could possibly come to. Not that they're both... I'm sure Willie's just going to say it.
Maybe they're friends because they have stuff in common, like making YouTube videos and liking guns. But I'm...
Oh, the fuck. My soundboard's all fucked up. That was the right take. That was the right take, Willie. That was it. That was the correct take.
I'm just spitballing here.
He has collaborated with Nick Crowley, who constantly makes money through the most morbid and shameful true crime content, of showcasing the last minutes of people before they are suddenly and unexpectedly killed.
Isn't that all true crime, all Forensic Files episodes? How is this evidence of anything?
He is publicly friends with Shoe on Head, who is a conservative masquerading as a leftist, who has built a career off of lazy anti-woke content.
Is that true? I hear a lot of Shoe on Head hate, and I like Shoe on Head. But I only started watching her like within the last year. So maybe there's just some history I don't know there. Because I see a lot of people on both sides hating on Shoe on Head.
Complaining about SJWs, who says stuff like, Karl Marx rising from the grave finding out his movement has been taken over by fat, ugly, mentally ill losers.
He's mad because she's talking about him.
He is friends with Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening rape.
Hold up, I've watched a lot of Brandon Buckingham. He has shot guns. He is in no way a gun YouTuber. This is like saying iDubbbz or Ethan are gun YouTubers. It makes no sense. As for threatening rape, he never did that. That is a lie Sneeko told. Zane is pushing a false rape allegation in the same video he's crying about being slandered for his film analysis.
There is this thing that the internet does, where one person says something that is false but sounds believable and is tangentially related to what actually happened.
I mean, like this entire video, at least the segments of the video that I've been shown here from you, at least.
And then other people start to repeat it out of context.
You mean like what you're doing right now? Like what you just did with Sneeko and his allegations towards Brandon Buckingham. So you're talking about you. It's you. You're the type of person that you're mad at. You are the person that you hate.
And morph it, and slowly escalate it, until it just becomes general belief, even though it is detached from reality. The cruel and untrue things that you say about another person do in fact have direct impacts on them and the way that people culturally see them.
Bro, you're doing that, but instead of it being about the hills have eyes, it's about a rape allegation, something that matters. He goes on like this for over half an hour.
He is friends with Oompaville, a gun-obsessed content creator that has taken advantage of Nakado Avocado's mental decline for fame and for money. And on top of that, has made content with the human trafficker, Andrew Tate.
Nikocado is an act. He puts it on. This guy is so socially inept, he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing when people do this every once in a while, where they call people out for taking advantage of Nikocado Avocado. Do you really think that this man is taking himself seriously? Like,
That's my scooter! My precious scooter!
like that's not an act. That's serious. That's a serious situation. Yeah, this isn't a skit. This is a serious video of Oompaville pushing this obese man into a pool and then driving away with his mobility. This is not a joke. This is 100% fucking serious.
You just know this guy turns on WWE and thinks Triple H actually broke into Randy Orton's house. And as far as Andrew Tate, it was a respectable interview that took place before the human trafficking charges even came to fruition. He's retroactively criticizing an interview that was very well received at the time and was handled better than most mainstream media.
To be fucking fair, and I could be wrong, and I'll say that, I do believe that while not official, well, no, there was. Andrew Tate already had a history of like making videos online showing people how to traffic women, supposedly. Like there was a video that he already had up online where he was like explaining how he pretends to be girls' boyfriends in order to use them to make money online. So that's the official allegations, maybe not the court stuff, but there was definitely an online footprint that I believe was being discussed widely at the time of Andrew Tate and his history. Does that mean that I don't think he could talk to Andrew Tate? No, I still don't give a fuck. But to be fair, I'm not sure if that's 100% true.
Media outlets.
He is friends with Mutahar, who argued against Andrew Tate being deplatformed from social media websites.
I'm against deplatforming Andrew Tate too, and I exposed him to a greater extent than most mainstream media outlets.
He would know though, that's right. Willie Mac did fucking hammer Andrew Tate. He did. He would know.
To the point where they would wait till my video comes out and post an article the next day citing the exact same sources I used in my video. Unless they're a convicted child predator, I'm against deplatforming because it leads to these hateful conspiratorial echo chambers that go unchallenged, festering in the background. There was a while where it seemed like every creator was getting banned, from Leafy to Jidion to Aiden Ross. It's better if everyone's just in the same place where people can routinely make Nick look like an idiot for his worldview.
But what if we're living in the same house and there's a fight over, who gets to shower when and who gets this seat on the couch and these are the kinds of things that happen in a dense.
Wait, do you think you'd fight with him because he's black over that?
I wouldn't fight about stuff like that. And
hold. I want to hear the answer to Desi's question.
Well, yeah. Would you fight more with a black person over who gets to use the shower?
Yes. And here's why. Because
otherwise, more people are going.
See, he's a fucking clown, dude. Like, why can't we just let crazy people on the internet to laugh at them?
going to turn into Sneeko. We don't need more Sneekos.
He is friends with Mutahar, who argued against Andrew Tate being deplatformed from social media websites, and has recently showcased a great deal of transphobia.
No, he didn't. How? Because of the thumbnail. Did you even watch the video?
In his
we already went over this, but that's just Keffels with sweat. There's nothing transphobic. It is not transphobic to draw a trans person with sweat just because they're trans. That does not make it transphobic, okay? Not to mention that article drew Mutahar, drew everybody. Keffels was the only transgender person I believe that person drew in the style. Now, Just a Worm did have a kiwi farms. He was a kiwi farmer. And on kiwi farms, I believe there were allegations that he was a bit transphobic. But the art itself and how it's being used by Mutahar is not transphobic and does not make Mutahar transphobic, okay?
Most recent video.
Is he going to give any argument for why the video is transphobic? No, of course not. It's because it isn't. So much of this video is, oh look, Wendigoon responded to a tweet and that account likes some sus stuff. As if Wendigoon is supposed to be aware of that. So what did Wendigoon do? Not one of his friends, not one of his followers, him. Well, apparently he started a white supremacist group.
To be fair, like the Boogaloo Boys, he does say he started it, but he didn't start it as a white supremacist group. Essentially, the Boogaloo Boys got the Boogaloo Boys thing got hijacked by white supremacists, and Wendigoon left. Okay, but technically, if you really, really want to be bad faith and stretch it, Wendigoon did start a group that became a white supremacist group. But not because of Wendigoon. He left before that shit, according to Wendigoon. I'm not really sure how you can validate that, but I'll take his word for it.
They talk about his past and supposedly being a founding member in an online conspiracy theory group that, according to him, snowballed out of control into being a white supremacist neo-Nazi organization called the Boogaloo Boys. His online username at the time was Boogaloo Boy, and he claims to be the first to have started using it, but that he left the group and became Wendigoon after things started.
Even in this guy's own video, he's addressing the fact that he left the group because he wasn't agreeing with how it was being hijacked. There was a point where, like, there was a website for neo-Nazis and PewDiePie was on there as, like, their spokesperson. That didn't make PewDiePie a Nazi, okay? His image got hijacked. Mostly as a joke, probably.
And this is not a conspiracy theory in itself. Shockingly.
Although this guy probably would think PewDiePie is a Nazi, because there's lots of people on this side of the internet that think PewDiePie is a Nazi, which is the most insane shit you'll ever hear.
He literally has said so in writing.
Wendigoon admitted this was him creating a meme page where it was taken over by more and more extreme people until he left. It really isn't that damning unless you're going to be extremely uncharitable, which he is.
Also, it should be noted that the Boogaloo Boys are known for wearing Hawaiian shirts. And
like, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt right now.
Guess who else always has on a Hawaiian shirt?
You.
Despite the fact that he publicly totally does not share in their beliefs.
How the fuck are you going to sit here and edit this video of you saying that Wendigoon is a part of a neo-Nazi white supremacist organization because he's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt, while you edit the video of him wearing the Hawaiian shirt as an example in the background of you wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt? Like this. Okay.
Guys.
Zane, it's a popular style of shirt. You're wearing the shirt. What's
weird?
Dude. Wendigoon wearing a Hawaiian shirt because that's what he likes to wear, or this leftist wearing a Hawaiian shirt even though he thinks it's a racist dog whistle. Is this like Vosh's tactical N-word? This video has zero research behind it, zero common sense. Zane sits there and speculates on how wealthy Wendigoon is, as if that means he can't talk about horror movies.
Not to mention the fact that Wendigoon was raised in a very wealthy family, and with that comes from a wealthy perspective.
That there is something, I do not believe it pertains to this fucking video, but I've seen a couple commentators get really mad about this particular take, and a lot of them are the commentators that when I watch them talk about certain subjects, I'm like, you do not have the life experience to commentate over this, okay? You blew up when you were 18. I'm sorry. There is something to that. Some people just do not have the fucking life experience to give takes on certain subjects. I don't think this is an example of it. But I saw a couple people get really fucking butthurt over this particular take right here. And they were the people, some of them were the people that I would call out for being like, yeah, you're the person. You're the guy who made a career out of YouTube when you were fucking 17. And you need to shut the fuck up about certain things.
He himself has inadvertently admitted that his family at one point had millions of dollars.
My whole thing is instead of speculating this guy's apparel, why not just reach out to him and ask him questions? So I did. He said he worked at a gun store, he liked guns, so he made a meme page about guns. Around 2019, 2020, the joke became super serious to some people, who began to see it as a for the people movement, which was fine at first, but then people began to apply it to whatever their political stance was, and it became a mess, so he left. There is no evidence that Wendigoon radicalized anybody. Extremists stole the meme, that's all the evidence available. I asked Wendigoon if Zane ever reached out to him before making his video. He said no, he never reached out. There was a lot he got wrong, even objectively, that I would have been happy to clear up even for a hit piece. For instance, my parents were not rich. In the quote he even reads, I say my dad lost everything, and that was all before I was born. So Zane never even reached out for clarification before assuming the worst from this guy and everyone who's ever appeared in a photo with him. I did more research in the 3 minutes it took to reach out than his 3-hour video.
And some of the stuff was easy. Like, some of the stuff was as easy as him saying, Turkey Tom, who may or may not have been to Wendigoon's wedding. Dude, you literally could just go on Turkey Tom's fucking Instagram. You'd see. I believe you'd see. It was on a story, I think. But yeah, Turkey Tom was at Wendigoon's fucking wedding. There's photos of him at the wedding. That would not be a hard thing to verify. You had to pussyfoot around it because you were too fucking lazy to confirm something that somebody in your fucking Discord told you. You fucking loser.
It's embarrassing. In 2019, the Boogaloo Boys became an official group, and Zane attributes every crime they did to Wendigoon.
Do you remember when armed men were arrested a few years ago for planning the kidnapping of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmire? That was the Boogaloos.
After Wendigoon left. That's the important context being left out here.
Do you remember when white people showed up at the George Floyd protests and caused property damage and violence in the hopes that black people would be blamed for that? That was the Boogaloos.
After fucking Wendigoon left. If I leave my current company and then a year later they commit some type of workplace atrocity, does that mean like, well, you know that MeJoeShmoe worked there a fucking year ago? But fucking no.
He was just like, oh geez, sorry guys, about starting a violent hate group, guys. Sorry that people got killed. I totally didn't mean to do all that. My bad. I'll do better next time.
Am I missing something? Was Wendigoon there? Is there any evidence that he supports any of this? No, it is the most baseless and unhinged analysis I have ever seen. Zane becomes borderline racist towards Wendigoon at times, doxing him.
Wendigoon and I are practically neighbors, and I know this area very well. Okay, so
he said that he doxed Wendigoon.
live in Asheville, North Carolina.
How does this guy know where Wendigoon lives? To dox him, right? Because he couldn't even research Turkey Tom going to Wendigoon's wedding. How the fuck did he research where Wendigoon lives?
And between that and the reservation, you have the community of Lake Junaluska, which isn't actually even a real town. You can walk across the whole thing in a matter of minutes. You got Waynesville, you have Maggie Valley, and a few other small drive-by communities. And beyond that is the Cherokee.
Why does he talk like... And beyond that, because he thinks he's smart. He thinks he's so fake. You ever meet a guy like that? You ever meet people like that where they talk like really fucking weird, and it's totally to project like some deeper level of intelligence. Like it's a sign of insecurity, really. Like this guy's trying really hard to show. This guy is trying really hard to show you. Then he's thinking very deeply about the words that he's saying. Like. Just talk normal.
Reservation. Wendigoon lives somewhere just on the other side of the reservation. That is not me doxing him. He has said many times publicly that he lives in East Tennessee. And I'm not even saying what town he lives in. According to the latest census, there are only 23...
He did give a lot of landmark shit, right?
3 black people who live in Maggie Valley. There are 15 Native Americans despite it touching the reservation. Most of this area used to be sundown towns. It is about as white as you could possibly get. Genuinely in this part of the country, you have to assume that any white person you meet is racist unless they show you otherwise.
And again, that they play that at the beginning of the video, but again, the logic that would bring you to that conclusion is the same logic that racists use to be racist. Like I live in Appalachia as well, and I am white, and I am not racist. So what? That makes me one of the good ones, right? Like same fucking hardware, different programming, dude. These guys are what they hate. Okay, they are what they hate.
Oh, he's white and he lives there, therefore he's racist. That's the level of critical thinking taking place, but not you. You're one of the good white guys.
No, he does have critical thinking skills, don't you know? Because he talks like He talks like this. Can't you tell that he's thinking very deeply about everything he's saying?
Oompaville tweeted, imagine shitting on some of the most systemically forgotten and impoverished people in America and thinking you were virtuous or moral.
Yeah,
because
Caleb
they
got
happen to be
pissed
white.
over
Then
this.
getting called out
Oompaville
saying,
got
you guys know my
pissed.
heart was in the right place. Zane is a picturesque example of true bigotry masquerading as an enlightened, tortured genius that operates with empathy, nuance, and compassion above all else. There are so many of these people, it's so up how lost some smart people are. He tries to say Wendigoon is a racist for his name, saying he's disrespecting natives for using the word Wendigo.
Then, of course, there is his username. To the Algonquin people, the Wendigo is a negative spiritual symbol that is to be avoided and whose name is to never even be said out loud or written down. So I know there's a bit of a hypocrisy there on my part, but we kind of do have to say it for academic purposes, so apologies for that.
Guys act like he's... Oh, I wonder if he's about to say what I'm about to say. He's acting like his username is the freaking N-word, okay? Like...
Nothing academic about this video. This is like saying Blizzard can't make Diablo or Harry Potter shouldn't exist because some Christians got upset. Nobody cares.
But don't you think it is extremely weird and off-putting that all of his fans call him Dad? Isn't that really strange?
Do they?
No? Are you trying to imply something? He never elaborates. He just throws that out there and moves right along. He then acts like Wendigoon following him on Twitter was some sort of psycho.
Why do they call him Dad? Why, I would like to know now. Does anybody know why Wendigoon's fans call him Dad? That is, I'm not implying anything either, but that is just weird. Not like, oh, that's weird. Not like this guy and he's like weird gun. Not like this guy when he goes, and a weird gun upset. Like, I'm not accusing. It just is weird. Like if everyone, like, even if it's just funny, okay, if everyone in here started calling me Dad, like Papa Schmo, Daddy, that'd be fucking weird. That's all I'm saying. It is weird, but he doesn't elaborate why it's weird, right? He leaves it to your imagination, so you can draw the worst possible fucking conclusion out of it. That's what's bad about it, but to be fair, it is fucking weird.
Threat.
Right in the midst of this going on, a very funny thing happened, and that Wendigoon followed me on Twitter. I was not following him at the time. He never publicly told people to stop calling me a faggot. He never once reached out to me privately, but he did follow me. Which means in my eyes that he 100% knew what was happening.
He never once told people to stop calling me a...
Because I did tweet about it several times, and then followed me to let me know that he knew, and that he was watching, and that he intended to do
What a fucking loser!
Nothing to stop it. What
He's such a fucking pussy.
other motivation could
He's such a bitch,
he have
dude.
had there to follow me in that specific moment, other than to be a method of quiet and deniable intimidation? What other way could that have been?
He was getting intimidated by Wendigoon because Wendigoon followed him on Twitter.
Read from my perspective. That was the moment that pushed me over the edge to make this video.
He ends the video by calling everyone Nazis.
Clearly, as we have seen, everything that he does has deep political motive.
Fuck all the hate. This guy's fucking awesome. I want to see this guy back. I want to see this guy making tipster commentary videos. I want to see this guy commentate on the Keffels drama. This guy's fucking awesome.
You haven't shown one example.
And if they don't want to be seen as a big group of Nazis, then let's see how they react to this video's existence. Because I am certain they will be very level-headed about all of this.
How does he not see the irony in this statement? Wendigoon would leave a comment on his video. Please, no one harass or comment.
And then Wendigoon's like, please, guys, please don't pick on it. Guy, please, I know, he talks a little funny. He stole my look, or he couldn't grow the beard, but he got the mustache, stole the shirt. Just please don't pick on him. Guys, please don't pick on this guy.
Rude things on my behalf.
Imagine making a hit piece on somebody and the person comes out and is like, just please don't pick on him.
I do not agree with or condone meanness in any way. If you are here to leave a spiteful remark on my behalf, don't. Nothing good comes from anger. I want to apologize for people saying awful things to you on Twitter. I did not know this was happening. I followed you because I saw your Slender Man video and enjoyed it. Then I saw you in my recommended follows. It sounds like you strongly dislike me, and
Wendigoon was trying to put this guy on, and this guy's like, he's trying to intimidate me.
that's okay.
He owns guns. He's scary.
But if I have done anything to cause that, I apologize. So Zane is schizoing out in the corner, coming up with conspiracy theories about why this is a threat, when in reality, Wendigoon just liked his videos. Even when I DM'd Wendigoon, he was nothing but polite towards Zane, saying, I feel bad for him. This guy seems to have a lot of hate in his heart, and that can't be easy on the bones. It's clearly not. Zane speaks as if his only purpose in life is to make political horror videos.
The only thing I have of value left to me in this world is my writing and my
Oh yeah, he's poor. He's like perpetually poor. He like complains that he can't afford anything, but then won't take sponsorships and expects you to pay for everything. He wants his audience to pay for everything, but he also hates capitalism. He hates it. He's such a this brain rotted to the core, dude.
I don't have any malice, and I meant
it's a fucking mess. He's a mess of a person. Absolute mess of a person.
what I said in my comment on the video. I hope nobody harasses him on my behalf. If I make a tweet saying that, however, that'll drive more eyes towards him. And I don't want to do that, as a lot of people are mad regardless of what I say. I wish him the best and hope he finds what he's looking for. Zane would then delete the entire Wendigoon section of his video and tweeted, many people have said very fair criticism of my work and that I did not appropriately portray people, and I would like to address that. He apologizes to Brandon Buckingham for pushing his false rape allegations, saying, to be honest, I saw pictures of you with Turkey Tom, Donut Operator, Wendigoon, and Brandon Herrera, and often with guns in your hand. I wrote you off. I did not feel like you were worth my time. And that was a result of the company you keep. Ultimately, that is a failing on me, though, and how I presented that. It's such a backhanded apology. Him having a gun does not make him a bad person. He goes, Brandon used homophobic language towards me through calling me a
It is crazy that if you even just post like a picture of you owning a firearm, like that's something that like will be used against you by certain people. Like, it's insane.
Oh, testosterone freak. I don't even know how that's homophobic. What, are you on estrogen? He then goes on to Mudahar. Your thumbnail art was transphobic.
It was not. We've been through this. I made a video about it. Go check it out. It was not.
I have nothing else to say to that. No explanation, no argument. He just goes on to play victim. I was overcome with anger because I think it's incredibly dangerous that there's a man in horror that you cannot criticize without being called the F slur for days on end. I think that is a serious issue. Then talk about that. Maybe you could work something out instead of coming up with conspiracies about him and...
But that's the thing. Like, why do you need to criticize him? You're not getting hate because you tried to criticize somebody that like why does Wendigoon need to be criticized? You're acting like he can't be criticized because that his fans are toxic or there's just too much positive PR. No, he can't be criticized because there's nothing to criticize him for of meaningful substance. And your video and your take on Wendigoon is an example of that. If you would have had meaningful criticisms to make, the people that are roasting you right now would have felt differently. The reason he can't be criticized is because you can't find anything meaningfully wrong with his character. It's not because there's just there's the Illuminati of people protecting him.
And his friends. I also think it's telling that the bulk of what I said has not actually been addressed at all. Bro, you haven't said
Well, I haven't watched the full video. I only watched this.
In reality, I feel like people have addressed you very clearly. He blames all of his problems on conservatives and says that he's taking down that part of the video as well as taking a month off. I thought you lived paycheck to paycheck. How are you taking a month off? This guy cannot be real. If you felt like you have been mischaracterized,
he's gonna look for a fucking job, dude. He's gonna look for a part-time job. Work part-time. Go get a why, dude? A lot of these big YouTubers too, like the content they're making is not a fucking 9-to-5 job. It's not. I'm fucking sorry. You can work a job.
That was not my
like Boogie. You're telling me Boogie can't go fucking work a job?
intention, and I genuinely am sorry. Just to be perfectly clear, every single person you mentioned feels like they were mischaracterized. I care so much about horror. It is my life. I grew tired and scared of seeing hate growing on the fringe of something I care so deeply about. Horror is about kindness. Horror is about love. Until next time, Zane. Bro, what are you talking about? This video was so hateful. He posted a similar message on his Patreon talking about how tricky it is to talk about cultural appropriation.
His Patreon. The Patreon that he pleads and begs because he's a starving artist for you to give him money through, but he can't even be fucked to take a sponsorship from a multi-million-dollar company. Also, capitalism is bad.
A white man, and that he only meant to do good with his...
Not that I even give a fuck about the political edge of it, but like, even from like a surface level view of what this guy is preaching, his logic is just so deeply fucking flawed.
Slanderous video. He then took down his YouTube video completely and made a community post.
I got it, boys. We could watch the whole fucking thing if you want. Or we can just watch the Wendigoon part. But he took it down. I got the whole fucking thing, boys.
Where he apologizes, but then acts
like
the
link.
Victim. Saying, I do think it's dangerous.
You know what he should have done? You know what he needed to do?
We need
to build a wall.
and
it has to be built quickly. We would have built that wall, I wouldn't have been able to get your video, bro.
These creators don't acknowledge the obvious situation at play. He'd delete this too because his own community disagrees with him. The reason people say too much politics rots your brain is because you start to view people in terms of teams instead of judging them as individuals. Suddenly, everybody who owns a gun is a gun-crazed fascist.
Gun YouTuber, a gun-obsessed content creator.
Like, seriously, it's so bad that like Joe Rogan has now been so like, well, two great examples of everything's a team sport. All right. And you get like, people get like they get tribalistic over just dumb shit. Teslas. I think Teslas are cool cars. I'm not allowed to say that without what my grandparents probably hear. No, my grandparents do hear this. They don't like electric cars. Love you, Grammy. Love you, Pappy. But no, you can't say that Teslas are good vehicles without it being like, oh, this guy is a Joe Bidener. He loves Joe Biden and wants to trans all the kids. Like, maybe my grandparents aren't that bad, but there's people out there that like at the bar, I'll do it on purpose to piss off the old heads, but I'll be at the bar and I'll be like, I'll come in with my motorcycle or my Mustang, right? And if the wrong person I'm a prick, right? If the wrong person comes up to me and compliments me on my car, I'll be like, yeah, maybe one day I'll trade it in for the electric Mustangs, the new ones. Those are really cool. Just to piss them off because I have the clout of my car being fucking cooler than theirs, right? The piece of shit they rolled up in. Because like these people that hang out at these bars and they act like they are the hardest working people in the world are also unanimously fucking always broke because they don't work. But you can't even say that you like electric cars or you like Teslas without it becoming a political fucking discussion. If I say to the wrong person that I think Teslas are cool cars, I'm a fucking gay guy who supports Joe Biden that wants to trans all the kids and make them pee in litter boxes. Like, dude, like, I just think they're fucking cool. I don't give a fuck about what the batteries do to the environment. Chuck them all in the fucking ocean, okay? The batteries can fucking destroy the environment and the car can still be superior to gasoline or just be cool. I can think it's cool. I can think a fucking Tesla's cool and want to buy one without being fucking political. Like, that's just one example. And the other one, oh god, I had another one in mind, but I'm fucking slipping, guys.
Creator, gun-crazed, very far-right YouTuber.
Everybody who supports the police.
Oh yeah, just like you can't be a gun enthusiast to some people without you like wanting to just be a murderer. Like, you're just a murderer. You're just a Trump-supporting, racist, bigoted murderer because you own a fucking shotgun. Like, these people, they're the same hardware. It's the same person with different software, different firmware downloaded.
For stopping child abuse is a boot.
It's the same thought process applied to the opposite sides of the political spectrum.
The only thing that one could reasonably gather from
idiots.
this picture of them hugging is that he too is a fascist bootlicker himself.
It's important to remember that you most likely have more in common with your Republican or Democrat neighbor than you do with.
You see, they're charging 100% tariff on Chinese EV vehicles because they are so cheap and just as good as our EVs. Good, fucking. That's another, like, dude, like, when it comes to like imported goods, tax the fuck out of them. Create the need for a cheaper substitute over here so we can create some fucking jobs. I'm not an expert. I wouldn't take that into a debate with me, but that just seems logical to me. Like, create the need. If like, I don't give a fuck if they artificially create the need for someone over here to step up and provide a more affordable substitute. Why are we giving China all our money?
With Hassan or Andrew Tate. These people's brands thrive off the vision, and I genuinely believe Zayn is a product of that. Hopefully this is his wake-up call. If not, just another cow to add to the herd.
Yeah, dude. Lol cow status shit.
Eat some goddamn cereal. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon.
All right. That was cool. That was pretty epic. What do you guys think? Pretty cool. I was going to play lo-fi, but let's not play lo-fi. All right. So I have another one here. I have another part here to get into. Fuck. I lost my link. I'll find it. Don't worry. Everyone calm down. Relax. Everybody relax. All right. I don't want to... I guess it doesn't matter because I'm irrelevant as fuck. But I have a YouTube channel that just catalogs everything. You cannot upload anything without this guy getting his hands on it. And I wonder if I can display it in a way where you're not going to see... I don't want to rat him out. Not that he's doing anything wrong, but I'd hate for like something to happen to the video because me, little old Joe Schmo. So I have the Praise of Shadows slandering Wendigoon segment Just the segment, uncommentated over, just for me to enjoy with my audience. Here it is on the screen. How much of it is visible? Oh, I got a D. I got a D. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong. Hold on. Okay. Is that good enough? No, we can do better. Can we do better? Oh, nice saw it. Too late. It's Rob's media archive. I mean, fuck. All right. I was trying to avoid that, but we're already here, so fuck it. I already showed it. I'm nobody. Nobody watches my videos. We'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be okay. Let's give him a like here. Our government is protecting you. Yeah. So we got the this is a super special. Now you're going to go watch it yourself on Rob's media archive. But now this is the no one's commentating over it. It's just the full segment of the 3-hour-long video where he went after Wendigoon. So let's check it out. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe everybody's wrong.
If you're not aware, Wendigoon is a horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber with several million subscribers that, as you will hopefully come to see, should not be seen as the wholesome, southern-friendly dad persona that he has publicly constructed around himself in the past several years. And that, like many people who talk about being Christians as much as he does, has a dark
Oh, so he's bad because he's Christian. That's cool. Throw that in there. All right.
past with deep ties to far-right extremism.
What the fuck? What did he say?
If you're not aware, Wendigoon is a horror conspiracy theorist YouTuber with several million subscribers that, as you will hopefully come to see, should not be seen as the wholesome, southern-friendly dad persona that he has publicly constructed around himself in the past several years. And that, like many people who talk about being Christians as much as he does, has a dark past with deep ties to far-right extremism.
And like many people who talk about being Christians as much as he does, has many ties to crazy conservative bullshit, dude. Oh my God. How is that not like again, like the mental gymnastics one has to play to be a racist, like to be genuinely racist. It's the exact same fucking mental gymnastics this guy has to play to think that Wendigoon is a far-right extremist because he's fucking Christian. It's the same shit. It's the same thought process. It's the same disgusting type of human being.
On a base level, his work has never been of personal interest to me. We share a similar focus on topics that we like to write about, but our similarities basically end there. I have no need or desire to hear 5 hours of a...
I have no need or desire to hear... Shut, dude, talk normal. Talk normal. Throw your voice. Talk. Speak. There's no way that if you worked at McDonald's, you'd be taking my order like that. You're talking in a way that tells me that you're very, very, very concerned with being taken seriously and like you're intelligent. You want me to think you're intelligent, and it's fake. It's fake. Okay, it doesn't. I don't like the way you sound. I fucking hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the
opinions on Blood Meridian from a
21-year-old who is rich. Shut
millionaire who got famous around the age of 19. And I know that is probably the most boomer thing that I have ever said. Apologies for that. But I say that to argue that I really do think that there are some works that are really not intended to hit the right way until we are older.
I actually do agree with that, but I don't think it applies to this situation. I do actually fucking agree with that. Our government is protecting U.S. automakers from Chinese imports, but that's not fair to us because U.S. automakers are getting over on us going prices. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, I guess if we were gonna have a discussion again, I don't really think. But yeah, what you're saying is like they're artificially inflating the prices of Chinese electric cars, and that's not driving any market incentive for someone to have a cheap replacement, right? Yeah, no, that is bad then, right? Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. That's fucking bad. But if the inflation causes jobs, and then the jobs mean people make more money, then like I don't know, man. I'm not an economist. I'm not an economical expert. Okay, I'm not going to claim to be either. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I sit here and make fun of stupid people on YouTube and not make giant economical decisions with policy.
There are some works that fundamentally will not be understood by you, if you are wealthy and have always been upper class your entire life. And this may all sound condescending, but that doesn't...
It is, because art is open to interpretation. Like, that's why this doesn't apply. Like, I agree with what he's saying, but it doesn't apply to the situation, because media and art is, like, open to interpretation. Okay? So, by saying that you don't have the right background to understand this media, like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That just means that he's not going to interpret it maybe the way that you want him to interpret it, which, if we're all just supposed to interpret it the way that you want it interpreted, then, like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of the art to begin with? Like, I guess that's why that doesn't make sense, but I do agree with the statement.
Stop it from being somewhat true. I don't mean that to think that you shouldn't be able to say or publish whatever you like at any point in your life. You're obviously free to do so. And I also don't want it to be seen as if I'm talking down to young people, because I'm not.
God, watching him without the Oompaville filter is fucking intolerable. He's such an insufferable fuck. Just even the way he talks.
Politically, they are frequently the most with it.
Here, hold on. Do I have something to shove up my nose so I can sound like him? I'll talk like this the rest of the video. Blow your nose, dude. Blow your fucking nose.
That pertain to them. They are looked down upon too often in our culture. What I'm talking about here pertains to the very act of writing itself, and with that, perspective. And I don't know if you can actually really truly be a good cultural critic with a voice that has a...
What, he's trying so hard to make these horror movies into this giant fucking cultural phenomenon, dude, what is so culturally fucking significant about Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And maybe he doesn't, no, he's talking about horror as a genre. So no, shut up. You're stupid, bro. You're looking too far into this shit.
A definitive perspective, without several years of genuine, independent, lived experience away from the home that you were raised in. And in his case, he became exceptionally wealthy by the time that he was 19 or 20. And so if you leave the home and immediately become famous and rich, without having to ever actually truly struggle, can you be considered to have ever actually had lived experience at all that would qualify you to give criticism on works of art?
I don't agree with it with the art, but yeah, no, like, that is something that I think a lot. Again, like, I don't think he's right when it comes to this particular circumstance, but, like, okay, so Wendigoon got rich supposedly when he was like 19. So I don't think that means that his takes on movies or horror stories is bad or shouldn't be listened to. But I do think that if Wendigoon was going to start to, like, give advice on, like, I don't know, like, work, like, career advice or something like that, like how to deal with your boss at work or something like that, then yeah, I would say he's out of his fucking depth and he shouldn't really comment on that, or he's going to give a take that, as someone that has lived that experience of being like a proper fucking employee for someone, like, you're going to hear him, if he talks about something of that nature, he's going to hit you a little bit fucking weird. Okay, so there is something to be said for these guys online that blow up when they're super young and then they're commentating on things, and it's like, dude, like maybe it does work. It works for, like, younger people that don't fucking know yet, but people that, like, actually, like, are out there in the real fucking world, like, they listen. I feel like they're like me, right? Where they listen to these guys talk about certain things and you're just like, no, dude, like, no, like, God bless you, but no, you just don't get it. I hate that he's the guy that says that, like, because everyone's criticizing him now, and I do agree with some of these fucking guys should just shut their mouths on certain topics because they don't have the experience to speak. They don't know what they're talking about. But I don't think horror movies are one of those things.
About the experience of average and poor people, I would argue not. And if that is the case, why would your perspective matter as a critic? Not to mention the fact that Wendigoon was raised in a very wealthy family, and with that comes from a wealthy perspective.
It does, though. Like, dude, I swear, dude, a lot of these fucking guys took this part personally because they like, there are a lot of commentators, I really do fucking believe, popular ones, because for this to apply to them, they got to be popular, right? There's a lot of commentators that saw this part of the video and they took it fucking personally, because they fit that archetype of someone who blew up on YouTube when they were really young. And then they hear this take of, like, if you don't have these lived experiences, if you grew up fucking poor, then I don't want to fucking hear your take on this topic. And it wasn't rightly applied to Wendigoon here, but I think they know, like, oh man, I talk about this and I talked about that. And I fucking blew up when I was 19 and my parents were rich. So I'm personally offended by this take because it's fucking true. It's fucking true. If you're a rich bitch, you grew up rich, you blew up on fucking YouTube. There's a hell of a lot of fucking things I do not want to hear your opinion on, okay? That just is how it is. But art's not one of them. Movies isn't one of them.
He himself has inadvertently admitted that his family at one point had millions of dollars. When he said once on stream, "Would you believe me that when my dad was young, he used to be in an organized crime gang and is now a Sunday school teacher? Very wild life that guy's lived. He was in an organized crime gang that my grandfather ran. A lot of bad things went down. They got investigated by the FBI. My grandpa went to jail. My dad had to testify and tried to take up the business. The business fell apart, and he ended up losing millions of dollars.
That's
to the
fucking
state.
crazy.
Lost everything."
Well, wait, that is pretty crazy life experience. His dad was a fucking crime lord, and they lost everything. So he's had both so you're not even right at all, because the dude had everything and then lost everything and watched the ramifications of that through his family. He's not just some rich bitch who blew up on YouTube. He has unique life experience that I am now interested to hear his takes on certain things.
Found God, became a Christian,
Who are these people? Wendigoon's based, and the other guy's cringe.
and is now both the best man and the best Christian I've ever met. But also, I'm not even here to criticize his body of work. I think his videos are very uninteresting. But ultimately,
He's jealous.
that is secondary to what makes him worth talking about. The first of which are the very
I'm personally very jealous of his career, but that's not why I'm making the video. The reason I'm making the video is because he's racist.
strong beliefs that he seems to
Which he's not.
hold as important, that are in my opinion the antithesis of what horror should be about. There are many things that are red flags that we could talk about.
He has a gun! Oh my god, he owns a gun! Bigot! Bigot, racist, gay, racist, gun owner, racist.
From the bizarre gun ownership,
Bizarre gun ownership.
the flagrant use from my perspective of his religion as a shield from criticism, to the belief that he at one point followed many far-right accounts on Twitter, from Kyle Rittenhouse to Parler, the social media website where the January 6th insurrection was in part planned. People said, "Oh,
Can you wait? Stop. What?
my perspective of his religion as a shield from criticism, to the belief that he at one point followed many far-right accounts on Twitter, from Kyle Rittenhouse to Parler, the social media website where the January 6th insurrection was in part planned."
Okay. Parler is a website where the January 6th insurrection was planned. But was Parler even a big deal back then? I thought the whole narrative was Trump incited the insurrection on Twitter. So which one is it then? I've never heard that fucking take before. I've never ever fucking heard the take where Parler was where the January 6th, hi bagel, insurrection was planned. When did Parler even become a thing? Hold on. When did Parler open? When did Parler open? When did Parler website? When did Parler website open? Okay, so the Parler website opened August 2018. Okay. Fuck me. January 6th was in 2021. So I guess that could have happened theoretically. I was wondering if Parler was even a website yet, but it was. Never heard that take before, though. Everyone always said the big thing was Trump incited the violence on Twitter, not Parler. So
People said,
hi, Bagel.
he only followed them. But that doesn't mean that he agrees with them. But there are screenshots of tweets that may have
I follow all kinds of people on Twitter because I think they're funny. Like this guy, I'm going to follow him on Twitter because I think he's a lunatic and he's going to be funny to make fun of in the future. I don't follow him because I agree with him.
Been deleted. They clearly, in my mind, show us
Like following I hate that take because like following someone on social media indicates that you're like on board with everything they have to say ever. Some people like, have you ever heard of the fucking lol cow? Do you know what a lol cow is? Like literally, like people follow Boogie and these other lol cows, Cyrax, Daniel Larson, because they hate him and they want to make fun of them. Like that's like saying, oh, you follow Daniel Larson. Well, that means you support him threatening to do something really bad to a very white house. Okay, like stop. Like that is such a. I hate that. People say that shit. It's fucking stupid. It gets used all the time in these fucking videos, and it's dumb. It's stupid. Stop.
Rittenhouse. Although, since I did not take these screenshots, they do have to be taken with a grain of salt. But in relation to everything else that we're going to talk about here, to me it seems to fall in line with his general beliefs. These have been wide.
Him following Kyle Rittenhouse falls in line with his general beliefs. Okay, so what he's saying is he's affiliating Kyle Rittenhouse with right wing extremism and people raiding the January 6th insurrection to the Capitol. Okay, that's what he's saying. That's what Kyle Rittenhouse represents to this person. Then he's saying that Wendigoon following him falls in line with his beliefs. Okay, show me his beliefs then. Show me how that falls in line.
Widespread across the internet, and to my knowledge, I can find no examples of him directly saying that these are not real. So he may or may not have actually followed these accounts or supported them. But I do not believe
What the fuck? You don't even know for sure if he fucking follows the accounts? That's the whole point of your argument. You're not even sure about it. Fucking go on his Twitter account and check who he follows. Fucking idiot.
Ever outright said that this did not happen, so take.
He never said that it didn't happen, so it must have. You fucking moron. Take that as you will. No, you fucking should have looked it up, you fucking moron. Fucking Twitter.
We could talk
fucking
about
Twitter, dude. You can check who he follows on Twitter, you fucking idiot.
And supposedly
fucking moron. Idiot. Buffoon. Stop talking like that. You sound stupid.
An online conspiracy theory group that, according to him, snowballed out of control into being a white supremacist neo-Nazi organization called the Boogaloo Boys. His online username at the time was Boogaloo Boy, and he claims to be the first to have...
That is weird. I can't get mad at people for, like, saying something about that. Like, he did start a group that became an insane, like, basically terrorist organization. But it happened after he left. That's the thing. But it is kind of weird. Like, that is a hell of a parallel, man.
Started using it, but that he left the group and became Wendigoon after things...
Why does that guy look and dress like a 1980s coke dealer? Oh, because that's just the aesthetic that all these bitch-made commentators, like you ever look up Noah Samsen? It's the same look. They're basically the same person. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I if I had to pick it apart, I don't know how I'd pick it apart. I mean, I think what the style comes from is like a lack of care. Like, you don't care, man. You're wearing a Hawaiian shirt. You got a mustache. The vibe is you don't care. But the thing is, these people are trying really hard to let you know that they don't care. And that's why it's cringe when they do it. But it's based when Wendigoon does it, okay?
Started to get out of hand. And this is not a conspiracy.
Like, listen, like imagine this guy. Like, listen to the way he talks. He is so self-conscious. He is so scared in his mind of the way he's being perceived by those around him, that he's speaking in a way that he thinks is conveying intelligence. Imagine if someone spoke the way he speaks and they were doing something simple like taking your order at a restaurant, okay? It's a very patronizing way to speak, and it's done out of insecurity because this guy is so fucking concerned that you think he's intelligent. You think he's giving a good take. The guy is just a mess. He's a mess of a human being.
Conspiracy theory in itself. Shockingly, he literally has said so in writing. As you'll see, he was just like, oh geez, sorry guys, about starting a violent hate group, guys. Sorry that people got killed. I totally didn't mean to do all that.
It got hijacked. It got hijacked. Even by your own story. Even by the way even with you giving me the story. It's still, this happened after Wendigoon started a meme online. It got hijacked by crazy people, and crazy people did crazy shit. Okay? Wendigoon did not like start, like, he didn't put up banners like, hey, do you want to shoot people? Then join the Boogaloo Boys. Wendigoon didn't do that. Okay? People hijacked his shit. Stupid. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. Your mustache is dumb.
I'll do better next time. Also, it should be noted that the Boogaloo Boys are known for wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Like the one I'm wearing right now.
And guess who else always has on a Hawaiian shirt, despite the fact that he publicly totally does not share in their beliefs, guys. I'm just saying that if at the very least
all these political fucking movements get hijacked, I feel like. Like there's always bad faith actors like this guy. This guy's like, oh God, he's playing into political ideologies to push a narrative. That's what it always is, right? Like Keffels. Keffels wants to make lots and lots and lots of money and happens to be a transgender person. So she has become a bad faith actor in the transgender community to take all of their money. Okay, she's hijacked the movement, all right? Like, it happens. There's bad faith actors and they get away with it sometimes. It happens. And then they make the whole movement look bad. They make everyone involved look bad.
in any way whatsoever somehow accidentally, inadvertently started a hate group, I wouldn't continue to still dress like them if it were me.
You were dressing like them right now, you fucking moron. Oh, man. Dude, holy fuck. How can you edit this and look at this image right here on the screen and say, I would not dress like... How can you, this person, in the middle of the screen, say, knowing that there is a terrorist organization that... Well, he's not calling it that because being alt-right is worse than being a terrorist, right? So there is an alt-right organization that dresses in Hawaiian shirts. So you wouldn't catch me dead wearing a Hawaiian shirt after learning that while you're wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt. You fucking idiot.
It would make me look like I still believed in their cause, and that I just couldn't talk about it because people would publicly get mad at me. If I accidentally started a hate terrorist organization, I wouldn't rebrand as a horror YouTuber the next year, and instead would try and fight that ideology as much as I could.
I'm telling you, dude, he saw that people wanted Noah Samsen to take down Wendigoon, and he's like, I think that I'm Noah Samsen. I'll take down Wendigoon. That's what this is, dude. I'm telling you. I'm brave. I have not seen anyone else make that take yet. That's my take. That's a MeJoeShmoe original. All right? Put it in your pipe and smoke it.
And if I didn't do that, then it would probably be fair for people to assume that I still agreed with their actions. At one point, he posted on his subreddit and wrote, someone asked me about my old Boogaloo Boy persona, so I made my response and thought I'd share it to set the record straight. Again, I hate being political, but I wanted to clear this up. Love y'all, thanks. The statement that he included with this read, alright, so I'll go ahead and make my official statement here, because better to come straight from me. Over 2 years ago, I was among the first to begin.
All right, we get it. He was part of the... We already heard the story 6 times, okay? Part of the Boogaloo Boys... Okay, quit the Boogaloo Boys because the thing got hijacked by a bunch of crazy fucking people.
Using the term Boogaloo. Originally, it was a rendition of Che Guevara's. Not that he was a good person by any means. Code word for revolution. And I have always been a proponent of freedom and liberty. I believe in the divine rights of every human, and therefore, aspects of self-independence are important to me. So I began using the word in small settings, and then decided to make a meme page using the name as no one had yet done so. To give you an idea, my name was Boogaloo Boy, and several have pointed to me as being the original and started the Hawaiian shirt thing, as I've always just worn those shirts. However, as the term became mainstream, more ideas began to come into the group. Everything from Antifa members to fascists wanted in on it, and the original idea became muddled and broken. I always meant it as a for the people thing, yet it quickly became something else. To give you an idea, I watched the same news station call it a far leftist movement and a far right movement in the same day. It became something I didn't want to be a part of, and so I left. I dropped the name, took a break, and decided to talk about things I enjoyed like conspiracies and movies, under the new title, Wendigoon. It was something I acknowledged, but am not a part of anymore for what it became. Some of my current followers and friends were with me then, but I'm not a part of that anymore. So, do you remember when armed men were arrested a few years ago for planning the kidnapping of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmire? That was the Boogaloos.
Yeah, this is all after he left.
Showed up at the George Floyd protests and caused
These people are not related to Wendigoon. Wendigoon had already left from like according to public record, and what this guy has to fucking say, everything he's saying right now to paint Wendigoon like he's affiliated with a terrorist organization. They all did this shit after he bailed because he was like, you guys are getting fucking crazy. I'm not down with what you guys are doing. All right, he left. Then they continue to do the crazy shit that Wendigoon left for, right? And he's like, well, they did all this bad shit. Wendigoon left because of the bad shit. What's your fucking point? You have no point. You're fucking moron. You're stupid, bro. You thought you were Noah Samsen. You saw that people were asking Noah Samsen to take down Wendigoon, and you fucking fell flat in your face, all right?
Hopes that black people would be blamed for that? That was the Boogaloo. A great deal of their members were spotted in the Capitol during the January 6th insurrection. In 2020, they killed several police officers in a drive-by shooting in Oakland, hoping that black people would be blamed for the violence, in an attempt to create racial tension. The reason they use the word Boogaloo is in reference to a meme that says Civil War II Electric Boogaloo, obviously in reference to the 1984 film Break Into Electric Boogaloo. Okay, so let's take a closer look at some of the phrasing of his official statement. First off, I have tried and failed to find any connection to the word Boogaloo to Che Guevara. In fact, when you Google Che Guevara Boogaloo, you just get things related to Wendigoon. When you type in Che Guevara word for revolution, you get things related to Wendigoon. Che Guevara died in 1967, and the earliest example of the word Boogaloo that I can...
Well, yeah, Wendigoon's SEO. I mean, to be fair, if you wanted my theory on that, based on what he just said, What he just said is when he looks up this one fucking thing, the Che Guevara fucking thing, the guy that he's referencing doesn't come up. The guy that started it doesn't come up. Wendigoon comes up. Well, that's because Wendigoon, the SEO for Wendigoon is going to be stronger because he's a current fucking online celebrity. Okay? That's why when you searched this person that has connections to Wendigoon indirectly, right, through the Boogaloo thing, okay, Wendigoon came up more faster. He came up first because he's more relevant in the search engine, because he's more popular. He's now, okay? That's why. If you wanted my theory, it's not some, you didn't find anything. You didn't find anything. You found so much of nothing that it's difficult for me to explain to you how much nothing you found. It would be like a little kid coming to me telling me he found gold and he's holding dirt, and I got to explain to the kid that dirt's not gold. You're hurting my fucking brain. You're hurting my fucking brain. Your brain rot is spreading to me.
In relation to the musical style. So I would wager that is more than likely a lie to cover his actual intentions and sympathies that he held as a seemingly radicalized teenager. According to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the word Boogaloo began to appear in online forums related to hate content on 4chan somewhere between 2010 and 2012, when, Wendigoon would have been about 10 to 12 years old. Specifically, I have seen multiple times that it is believed to have been born
Oh, now Wendigoon's bad because he was on 4chan. Okay.
On gun-related forums. I can find no evidence that within their organizational structure that they have any allusion to their values starting or being connected to Che Guevara in any capacity. So claiming he was the first to start using it, or among the first, is not true, and is frankly a bizarre claim to make.
Wait, what the fuck, dude? And now you're gonna try to discredit... Dude, you're so eager to discredit this fucking guy that it's going against your own point, okay? He's saying that he helped to start Boogaloo and then quit because it got crazy. And you're like, that's bad because he was involved with Boogaloo. And now you're saying, oh, well, actually, it is impossible based on a bunch of random shit that really doesn't prove anything that he started it. So he's lying. Well, like, dude, he's a mess. He's a fucking mess of a human being. His brain is a mess. Everything about him is a fucking mess. His hair is a fucking mess. His fucking facial hair is a fucking mess. This is a mess. I'm going to give him, he should have a little name tag here. It says The Mess. His YouTube channel should be called The Fucking Mess.
By the time he would have made his Boogaloo Boy username, the word would have already had a near decade of being entrenched into the deepest layers of alt-right internet radicalized extreme racism. He wants to simultaneously be seen as distant from the organization, but still dresses like them on a daily basis, and fully takes responsibility in claiming that he started their movement.
God.
It was already in motion at least
Yes,
7 or
we
so
already
years
heard
before
you
his
say
involvement, which to me
that.
just kind of seems like he enjoys taking the credit for that, as historically, he already had an out that he was in middle school when it truly actually began. And if he's lying about these things, it just makes me wonder, what else is he lying about?
So he's bad because he was involved with the Boogaloo Boys, but he lied about being involved with the Boogaloo Boys. So now I'm going to say that I think he's a liar, and it's bad that he's a liar. Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's such a bad fucking... This guy's terrible.
And the difficulty in seeing the lies in between the things that are true is always the point with these kinds of people, who say, for instance, that they do not believe in far-right hate, while doing something else at the same time, such as wearing a distinctly coded Hawaiian shirt that would be understood by the initiated.
Oh
As
my
Jared
god,
mentioned,
the
this,
Hawaiian
the
shirt again.
project that focuses on the evolution of digital terrorist networks. Boogaloo memes and slang are often deployed in
Drink every single fucking time he brings up his Hawaiian shirt.
similar formats, and using similar language to more mainstream internet discourse, creating a challenge in parsing the difference between complex inside jokes and memes that are used as a tool of Boogaloo extremism. Then Wendigoon would go on to say that the organization was corrupted by the left and the right equally, but I can find no...
Oh, I fucking hate this guy. I hate him. He's insufferable. He's not even entertaining. He's stupid. He's making the same points over and over and over again. Then he's discrediting his own fucking points with new points. He's a fucking mess.
If the left ever tried to co-opt an organization that actively desires a race war with
the green screen and you trying really hard to sound like you're smart did not fix anything, dude. Oh my god.
America. Just on the surface, that makes no sense. And on top of this, people who are centrist, or on the left, do not use the phrasing Antifa members. The only people who say that are the ones that see Antifa as some sort of homogenous radical left-wing activist group, as opposed to a general term for anti-fascist movements. He is kind of telling on himself by saying Antifa members, as if they are a part of an organized political militia.
Dude, he used the term Antifa, so that makes him hard right. There's nothing here. Like, not only is it slanderous, but it's like he doesn't have any fucking points. Like he tried to make a fucking hit piece on Wendigoon, didn't have anything. So he just pulled up the Wikipedia article on fucking Wendigoon and then spoke out the Wikipedia article with a tone that made it sound like everything was bad. And then the points that he does try to make, the next point that he makes, like Wendigoon is bad because he started the Boogaloo Boys. Next point. Well, actually, according to this completely irrelevant information that doesn't really prove anything, Wendigoon actually couldn't have started the Boogaloo Boys. So he's a liar. He lied about that other thing that I said was bad. So he didn't do that other thing I said was bad. Okay. But now he's a liar. So forget everything that I just said for the past 20 fucking minutes. Now Wendigoon's a bad guy because he's a liar. Like, and then go right back to the fact that he's wearing a fucking shirt that's affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys after you just got done saying Wendigoon said that he was a part of the Boogaloo Boys and that's bad. Wendigoon lied about being a part of the Boogaloo Boys and then that's bad. And then Wendigoon is fucking wearing shirts affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys, so that proves that he is affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys, even though I just got done saying that he's not affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys and he was lying about being affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys right after saying that he was affiliated with the Boogaloo Boys and that's why he's bad. Ooh. Fucking moron, dude.
Like many alt-right groups are, such as the Boogaloos. And saying that there was harm and violence perpetrated on both sides is the kind of language that other...
Hey, it's my boy.
We need to build a wall.
Say to disorient people and not
And
seem
it
far
has to be built
He makes the bizarre
quickly.
false claim that he invented the use of the word Boogaloo as a for-the-people kind of thing. And he doesn't believe in what that group did with his idealization of anti-government ideals. And
Like,
also,
it's not even bad because it's slanderous. It's just a bad video. It's just genuinely fucking terrible. The way it's constructed is bad. The way he's giving the arguments is bad. It's a bad video. It's a bad... This
wants it to be very clear that he is not a political person. But to my ears, this is all conservative doublespeak. And I hope that this is becoming obvious to you as well. In my opinion, there is a regular pattern of behavior there, from supporting Rittenhouse to having multiple ties to other far-right extremists.
supporting Rittenhouse proves what? Being tied to Turkey Tom and fucking Brendan Buckingham and Donut Operator. I don't know Donut... It's just nothing. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. It's frustrating to even fucking talk about because it's so fucking stupid.
Figures. That I think a clear picture is painted that he does not mean this as a communist kind of thing, and seemingly more so means people as a very select group. Wendigoon is very publicly friends with Turkey Tom. They have been seen together on multiple occasions, and I've seen online mentions that Tom was either at his wedding or at the very least was invited.
Tom was at his wedding. We already went through this. We saw this. We saw this in fucking Willie Mac's fucking show.
Screenshots of text that are alleged to be real. And he's also been accused of saying that the upper tiers of his Patreon were in...
Yes, Turkey Tom said the N-word when he was a teenager. That did happen on a private Discord.
Jews with deep pockets. Wendigoon is publicly connected to the internet historian, and has even appeared in his videos. The internet historian publicly said that his birthday was April 20th. It is not. And has only said that as a joke because that is Hitler's birthday. Wendigoon is publicly friends with Donut Operator, and even retweeted a photograph of the two of them hugging. Donut Operator is a gun-crazy, very far-right YouTuber with 4 million subscribers, whose career consists of him reviewing footage of police officers shooting and killing people. He was once a cop himself, before he made more money making YouTube videos and retired.
All right, we're gonna skip. We already saw this. It's bad. It's bad. It's stupid. We're not getting any new information.
Saying that his grandfather was Native American, and that he learned these things culturally through him. But I personally have to look at it from the hypothetical perspective, where, say I had a black or mixed grandfather in this situation, and black people were telling me that I was doing something that was racist or offensive to them. I would...
Nobody's saying... Did anyone say that? Did anyone say that?
His feelings regarding to his own personal history. But what I will say is that Americans who are white or partially white in rural areas love to claim a percentage of Native heritage for...
They do. They do. That is a thing. Everybody likes to say that they're a certain percentage Native American. That's like a meme though.
Bizarre conservative reasons relating to like...
Wait, it's conservative? The meme, the joke. I'm emphasizing it's a joke. It's a meme. It's funny. That white people like to say that they're X amount fucking Native American is conservative. All right. Okay. Let's hear it. Now I am interested. Okay, let me slow it down. Let's hear his take.
Reverence for the land and fascistic nostalgia for a time that never existed and stuff like that. He has attempted to deflect from criticism over the use of the name by saying that his grandfather was Native American, and that he learned these things culturally through him. But I personally have to look at it from the hypothetical perspective, where... Say I had a black or mixed grandfather in this situation, and black people were telling me that I was doing something that was racist or offensive to them. I would then listen to what they were saying instead of claiming that I had the right to do.
Show me where people are mad at him for using the name Wendigoon. Again, he's acting like he did this before. This already got discussed in the Willie Mac show video, but here's like his point is basically that Wendigoon using the YouTuber name Wendigoon is like adjacent to somebody making their online username the freaking N-word. Like, just no. That's my argument. My argument is no. Final statement.
Do it because I had some melanin in me. Especially if I were more or less raised within a primarily white cultural area like the Appalachian Mountains are. And also on top of that, just, frequently associated myself with white supremacists. There are 20...
Which he does not do, and you have not proven he does. You're just saying that like it's a fact, and you have not been able to prove that. You just said that. You just said you're just saying shit
6 million
with no fucking receipts.
people in this region, and well over 80% of them are white, with the majority of the others being Latinos. And if I had no cultural connection around me to that non-white percentage of my history, then what really would give me the right to dictate whether or not what I was doing was appropriate? I really would have no ground to stand on. The other thing that I would add to this is that Wendigoon and I are practically neighbors, and I know this area very well. Okay, so I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and between that and the reservation, you have the community of Lake Junaluska, which isn't actually even a real town.
This is the part where he like doxes Wendigoon for no reason. I use that term loosely, kind of on the fence about that. Guess he gave more information than he had to, but I'm not sure if it was malicious or
You
not.
can walk across the whole thing in a matter of minutes. You got Waynesville, you have Maggie Valley, and a few others.
I think really, honestly, here is he's just trying to prove that he knows. To be fair, I think all he's really trying to do here is prove that he knows where Wendigoon lives, and that makes him an authority on speaking of the people in that area. To be fair, I don't think he's maliciously doxing Wendigoon. I think he's just being like, listen, I'm giving you evidence that I know where he lives, and I, knowing where he lives, can say that I live very close to that area. So I am an authority on the issue of the people who live in that area and how they behave and their beliefs. And that's why, you need to listen to me when I tell you that Wendigoon is a far-right Nazi extremist. Like that's where he's going with it. He's not doxing him to like get someone to swat him or something. He's just trying to prove that he does have authority, like speaking. Like, I know where Wendigoon lives, and I know the type of people that live there, and they're bad people, and that means Wendigoon's bad. That's all he's trying to do.
Just generalizations that idealize the idea of the noble, good kind of Native American. And then you'll drive onto the reservation, and it's just run down and poor as shit except for the casino. He has said that the Wendigoon name came from his cultural connection to Native lore through his grandfather's side. But I can assure you that unless you were on the reservation itself, that actual Native culture has no aspect in the general lives of the people around.
How do you fucking know that? You see, that was... He's trying to act like he's an authority on this issue because he lives near where Wendigoon lives. But how could you possibly... You could live in the most... Dude, my fucking God. You could live in like the most white suburban area in the world, okay? And you could still practice like you could be Mexican, right? Like I'm Mexican, okay? You could practice like very Mexican heritage things and live in an area that's predominantly white, okay? That is like, if any, duh, right? My argument is no. My argument is no. Just no. You're wrong.
Other than the racist trinkets that depict them. And as I said a moment ago, the Wendigo is Algonquin, who are nowhere
This
close
is
to
really
the vicinity
fucking
of the
bad.
Cherokee.
This is like not even laughable bad. This is like I'm angry. My blood is boiling bad. The video's bad. The arguments are bad. Everything's
Who are in
bad.
the southern Appalachia region and throughout the lower sections of Middle America.
Southern Appalachia region. % Cherokee. Okay. I was just curious about that.
The Algonquin people are Canadian and a little bit Northern American.
To be fair, yeah, but okay, yeah. I was going to go somewhere with that earlier.
That he can
but-
use the Wendigo name by citing local cultural native customs is completely absurd to a person who lives in the same general vicinity as he does. It is obvious that he just thought Wendigos were cool and has come up with some seemingly strange backstory lie that is easily proven to not be true, unless,
Easily proven to not be true, but I haven't been able to prove it.
his grandfather is Algonquin and just moved to Tennessee. But if that were the case, I don't know why he
Slow it down a little bit. Yeah.
wouldn't just come out and say that by now. And the reason why he doesn't is because it isn't true. There's a lot of bizarre, religious-like mythologizing around his past that I particularly hate. Like it always being said that his interest in cryptids and horror began with oral folktales in Appalachia that
But why didn't it?
are passed down and told to children. I assure you, as someone who lives
I assure you.
near him and has for most of my life, this is total bullshit, and is some weird, false, cultural, imaginative idealization of the American South that is not actually true to the real Appalachia. We aren't sitting around at night talking about the
Maybe you haven't gotten these folk stories and you haven't heard these stories and you haven't been influenced by people in your community saying these folk tales about these cryptids because you're a fucking loser. Okay, maybe you live near Wendigoon and live a very different, you have very different lived experiences from Wendigoon because you're a fucking loser that doesn't leave their house. Okay, you need to build a wall. You built the wall. You don't leave the wall. Okay, maybe that's what it is.
the goddamn Mothman and shit. I even came from a poor family and he didn't. When I
Ooh!
was a kid, I have
Fucking got him.
seen people riding into towns on horseback. He admits to being raised by millionaires who got their money from crime. He just likes spooky stories, which is fine. So do I, obviously. But to come up with some weird folksy reason as to why he became a folklore YouTuber that somehow culminated with the destiny of local oral tradition is the kind of language that is used by members of a cult of personality. They might as well claim that he was born on a fucking mountaintop. Nobody talks about it. But don't you think it is extremely
It's irrelevant. It's not because you got him. It's because nobody fucking cares. It's a moot point.
weird and off-putting that all of his fans call him Dad?
That is weird. His fans calling him dad is weird. I'm not saying anything, but it is weird. Just even in a comical perspective, it's just funny. Why are you calling him dad?
Isn't that really strange? What follows is an exchange between two anonymous indigenous people about how they feel about him and his behaviors. I've been watching a YouTuber named Wendigoon for a long time, and I noticed that his username always made me feel weird. He often uses Wendigo imagery in his merch, and made it a part of his brand. He says that his grandfather is Cherokee, and taught him the legend, and I'm not going to make assumptions on if he is lying or not. But I feel really weird still. It feels really disrespectful to me.
Feels really weird. That's what these people use. They say that when they want like you to assume the worst of things, right? Like they'll go, "It's just really weird. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird of you. It's really weird." It's like when I'm watching people like this guy, like the way this guy looks. Like I'm commenting on his appearance, and I'm like, "That's just dark, man. That's just dark. That mustache. Whatever brought you to fucking want that? That's just a really dark. Like it's the same thing." Really weird. It's really weird, man. Wendigoon's obsession with guns, really just, I think we can all agree. It's really weird.
Creatures that lurk in the dark. My culture is as American as any, and I recognize the importance in keeping the fire alive. I in no way mean...
I think we can all agree that Bagel and Chat's thumbnail, it's really weird, right? I think we all know what I'm talking about.
...this to attack, or to be direct. Just a simple reply. If we develop the idea that we can't speak of certain people, then we're no better than those who silence them. He's basically using the "I have a few black friends" excuse to tell indigenous people to fuck off and to not bother him, so that he can continue without criticism to make a lot of money by selling plushies of a monster that was invented by a white British man that is ultimately making fun of their culture, as well as plastic figure.
Oh my god, some people on Twitter tried to say that Wendigoon's name was indoctrinating culture, and Wendigoon told him to shut the fuck up. Based. Okay, how about that? I think that's fucking epic.
Greens, posters, shirts, and other merchandise that depicts Wendigos. I don't know if he fully realizes the irony of being a rich and famous person taking a symbolic figure from a smaller native group of people that he is not connected to in any way.
Despite all the ways that he's connected to them that I even mentioned in this video, I just went through all the ways of how he is connected to these people and how none of them are significant enough for him to use the name. But now later on in my argument, he's not connected to them at all, actually.
It is at least in part to them originally used as a metaphor for colonialism. The reason that this comment is publicly still available is because Wendigoon archived it by posting a screenshot of it early in his channel's life to his Reddit page, as a clarification of his official position on why he should be able to use the name, saying, "Hey everyone, so I hate getting political, but this keeps coming up. I'm showing this comment reply now, so my opinions can be made known going forward. I've also blocked out the original commenter, and please do not show hate if you see it on the video. Also, I'm at 50k. I love you all so much. Also, I have received comments from natives who advise me not to use the term Wendigo, as it is a bad omen and is dangerous. That is entirely different from not talking about a group of people altogether. They genuinely believe the legend and want me to be safe. They're cool. Thumbs up emoji." It has become a more common thing for people to call him out on his beliefs, his behaviors, and at the continued use of the Wendigo in his name and the merchandise that he makes a lot of money off of. It became so much of a conversation that he even put out a statement, trying to shut this down, saying, "Some rude and slanderous things have been said about my character, and I just want to clarify that..."
I made a video about this. You should watch it. It's like right below 10,000 views. But this was the first stream of Wendigoon hate that was, again, just a nothing burger. There's nothing, like, I made a video about it, but there's like nothing even to go over. It's just the same thing. He's Christian and he owns guns, and that means that he's a Nazi or something. It's ridiculous.
That I am not right-wing or bigoted or anything besides thankful for my opportunity to make goofy YouTube. The only thing I believe in is loving God and my wife. Donut Operator. You know, the ex-cop who makes death content.
Death content. He's referring to the video that he particularly used from that death content from Donut Operator was him going over a case where a child predator got shot by police when they confronted him, and the child predator went up to police wielding a firearm. Okay, that's the death content that he's referring to. That's the example that he used to show how much of a piece of shit Donut Operator was. The fact that he unsympathetically used the predator in the thumbnail of his video, the child predator in the thumbnail of his video that got shot when he engaged with police when they confronted him. That's the example he fucking used in this video to show how Donut Operator is a bad guy. I don't know Donut Operator personally, but what a weird example to use, guys. That he thought Donut Operator thinks it's funny that a child predator was killed when assaulting police officers when he was confronted for being a child predator. A little bit weird. A little bit weird that this guy is so willing to show the child predator in such a sympathetic light. A little bit weird. A little bit weird that a guy with a mustache and Hawaiian shirt is upset that people are laughing at a child predator being hurt. Bit weird if you ask me. How about that? How about that for being fucking weird?
Absolutely nothing substantial. And that's the point. I quote tweeted this and said, not that I have a stake in this whatsoever, but this is such a non-statement that doesn't even address any of the issues that folks are criticizing him for. Someone using their religion as a shield in the same breath as claiming that they believe in nothing politically is a red flag. Oh, I'm just a goofy, wholesome boy. Please don't ask me why.
Wow, this guy fucking berated the fuck out of him. And I didn't even know about this part. Nobody's talking about this. This guy's obsessed with Wendigoon. Look at this shit. He's just on Wendigoon's ass, dude. He hates this fucking guy.
I follow less than 500 people and one of them was Kyle Rittenhouse. Don't ask me about all the guns that I post pictures of. I promise I have no strong beliefs. Apolitical, really. Why are you slandering me?
I mean, he believes in guns being cool. And he follows Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, there's a million reasons you could follow somebody. I follow people that I don't like. And he obviously thinks that guns are cool. What is he not addressing? What is he not being blatantly fucking clear with his beliefs here?
I really only care about this because if you have that large of a platform and make your money...
Because you can't just like guns. If you like guns, you're a fucking far-right Nazi.
From being
that's the point he's trying to make.
A public persona. Then you are no longer fully a private person. And your political beliefs do in fact matter and are a fair topic of debate. You can't get mad if people call you unquestionable things that are said or done if you are making money off of them. And what resulted from some good faith criticism of his use of language was days upon days of people calling me a faggot. Amongst
That's gonna crack me up every time.
other things, but that was their go-to.
He's just mad that he got called the F slur.
And to be honest, if you're a public figure who is being criticized publicly, and the only people who come to your defense are Nazis, then that can only be read
I came to his defense and I'm not a Nazi. Wrong.
as two ways. Either that you're sympathetic to their views, or that you're perfectly fine.
In fact, I can't. Who came to his defense that is a Nazi? Like, everybody was on his side. You're part of the small subfactor of people that actually think Wendigoon is like a far-right Nazi extremist. Everyone else was on Wendigoon's team there. Like, you're so insulated. That's why you're so fucked up. Because you've been allowed to just grow these theoretical tumors that obstruct all of your fucking thoughts and cause the brains to leak out of your ears. It's like you are a victim. You're acting like a victim, but you actually are a victim. You're a victim of your fucking self and the people that have allowed you to think that you're this intelligent person. They've insulated you to fucking rot. They've insulated you in mold. They've caused you to mold and rot away.
Fine making money from them, and are comfortable with that ideology being the backbone of your base. And this did go on for like at least a week, where every single time I said anything, my mentions were just filled with the most vile far-right rhetoric from Wendigoon fans.
Yeah, because you had a terrible fucking take and you got roasted for it.
And if anyone ever criticized...
No one agreed with me, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong. That means that everyone else is wrong. Oh, okay. Good logic, Praise of Shadows. You're fucking so smart. You're so... I forgot. Praise of Shadows is just so smart. I forgot. Praise of Shadows is just so smart. Do you not hear the way he speaks? He's obviously thinking very hardly and carefully about everything he's saying.
And people's reaction to it was to immediately start using hate speech. I would shut that shit down so fast. I think that most decent people...
Oh, really? You would? Like, this whole video isn't trying to get people to get pissed at Wendigoon. You'd shut down the hate speech so fast. Shut up.
A very funny thing happened, and that Wendigoon followed me on Twitter. I was not following him at the time. He never publicly told people to stop calling me a faggot. He never once reached out to me privately.
He never told everybody to stop picking on me. I roasted this guy so fucking hard on Twitter.
Which means...
And then when people got mad at me for my shit takes, nobody told them to stop.
In my eyes, that he 100%...
Imagine trying to roast somebody and then getting mad that they don't tell everybody to stop picking on you. Like, imagine Imagine if I made a video on somebody and then when they came after me, I was like, "Stop picking on me."
Knew what was happening because I did tweet about it several times, and then
Fucking
followed me to let
bitch.
me know that he knew, and that he was watching, and that he intended to do nothing to stop it. Why else would he follow me in that exact moment? Very
Shut
public
up.
instances from him of
I
transphobia
skipped.
and homophobia. Like when he
What the fuck is this?
allayed his body with a box cutter because 4chan said he was a girl, holds a deep hatred
Yeah,
for
I am able to talk just like this guy because I know what he's doing. I know where he's coming from. Okay, I get him. I get him. I'm in him. I'm in his brain, bro.
men and most women, decided to be a girl so that he could hook up with lesbians, and now abused his mom. She is disrespectful to and delegitimizes.
Oh my God, no fucking way is he about to call Wendigoon transphobic for calling out Chris Chan. All right, we got to slow it down and listen to this. I haven't heard this yet. This is new to me. I've not heard anyone talk about this shit.
He may argue it was. Then I've got a sack of magic beans I'd like to sell to you. That was the moment that pushed me over the edge to make this video. There are other very public instances from him of transphobia and homophobia. Like when he
Transphobia and homophobia. There's many instances of transphobia and homophobia. Let's check it out.
allegedly said, calling Chris Chan.
This is exactly what he did. He is trying to use... Oh my God, he's trying to use Chris Chan as a fucking martyr. He's saying, oh, he criticized Chris Chan. If you don't know about Chris Chan, Jesus fucking Christ, where have you been? But he's trying to use Chris Chan, a guy who fucking... God, he went to jail for fucking molesting his mom, dude. Got out from it, claims he didn't do it. Who fucking knows? But dude's got a very, very creepy, weird fucking history. And okay, so I know that I'm a bit of a Christorian. So he's using this tweet from Wendigoon to say that he's homophobic and transphobic, okay? I will give you the context here. Calling Chris Chan, this is Wendigoon on Twitter, calling Chris Chan a man who mutilated his body with a box cutter because 4chan said he was a girl, holds a deep hatred for men and most women. So this whole thing right here, I can see that if you're not familiar, you would think, okay, so Chris Chan goes by Christine now. So to be fair, I guess technically you're dead naming him here, them, her, here, to be fair. But a man, okay, he's calling him a man. He goes by a girl now. So like, okay, this is where like, okay, transphobic, I guess. But a lot of people would say that it's highly debated in the community that Chris Chan's just a bad fucking dude, bad girl, call it what you want. Everyone seems to be under the general consensus that has followed the story that he transitioned to try to get girls. Okay, that's why people don't tend to respect his pronouns, whether they should or they shouldn't. But anyway, calling Chris Chan a man who mutilated his body with a box cutter, that is something he did do when he was a man. So it's correct to say it that way, I believe. Anyway, the box cutter, he literally cut a hole in them. They literally cut a hole in themselves with a box cutter, okay? Because they thought that they had the other gender's tools hidden underneath their skin, okay? And they were convinced on 4chan to cut themselves with a box cutter because a girl's hardware existed underneath the skin. That is something that happened. Now, you might think mutilated his body, like that might make you think like, oh, he's saying that his transitioning is mutilating his body. No, he literally mutilated their body. They literally mutilated their body with a box cutter because 4chan made them believe that they had a freaking vajayjay underneath their skin, okay? And he posted a video on Facebook of him touching the hole that was very infected, okay? Like, it's a whole layer of Chris Chandom, okay? Okay. Calling Chris Chan a man who mutilated his body with a box cutter because 4chan said he was a girl, holds a deep hatred for men and most women, which he does hold a deep hatred for men because he thinks all the men took away the boyfriend-free girls and hates all women because they will not be with him. Decided to be a girl so he could hook up with lesbians and now abuses his mom. She is disrespectful and delegitimizes trans people. Absolutely. Like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with what he just said because that is the general consensus. The dude transitioned to try to get girls. Part of his love quest, her love quest. And, a lot of people do feel it delegitimized. I mean, you could argue this take. This isn't just like this is a correct take, but saying that this in itself makes Wendigoon transphobic is ridiculous. and let's hear his take on that.
very public
In my opinion, I think it's ridiculous to use that tweet to call Wendigoon transphobic.
instances from him of transphobia and homophobia.
But let's hear what he has to
like
say.
when he allegedly said, calling Chris Chan, a man who mutilated his body with a box cutter because 4chan said he was a girl, holds a deep hatred for men and most women, decided to be a girl so that he could hook up with lesbians, and now abused his mom. She is disrespectful to and delegitimizes trans people.
There's people who would genuinely not agree with that. I'm not even sure if I agree with that, to be fair. I understand the take, but like I've called Chris Chan before, Chris Chan, and referred to him as he, and people in my live streams got really fucking mad at me for it. Like people that I don't think are completely fucking insane. So this is like a debatable topic, to be fair, but I think it's a debatable topic. I don't think it just cuts out Wendigoon to be transphobic. That's my personal take, knowing what I know about Chris Chan. But obviously, that's a charitable view. He's not going to give a charitable view. So I'll let him give him the other side of it.
Like he, a very publicly straight married Christian cis man, somehow is the authority on what legitimizes a trans person's identity. He has tried to cover this up and has denied that it happened. But I think
Oh, so Wendigoon says that he didn't even say that it was fake. I don't know anything about that lore, but I can understand the take, whether I agree with it or not. I think it is something that could be debated. It's not a black and white issue.
there's enough evidence to say that it most likely did. One user said at one point, he's been constantly misgendering her on Twitter despite...
Yeah, see, there's people that legitimately, like, get mad if you misgender Chris Chan, which is weird. The person is just so despicable. I don't know. It's a debatable topic.
Times. To which Wendigoon said, show me one time I misgendered her on Twitter. Actually, please don't watch my content if you're going through my replies and monitoring followers, who may just be unaware of Chris Chan's entire lore. Perhaps people just not knowing something doesn't mean that they're a transphobe. But if we go back and look at old screenshots from this time, you can see that this account is quote tweeting Wendigoon's transphobic tweet.
But you could fake a screenshot.
But if
I
you
don't
go-
know. I think it's a debatable thing regardless. I don't think it labels him as
To that
transphobic. I've already explained why. I don't know if this really happened or not. It appears Wendigoon says it didn't happen.
Now today, that post is now quote tweeting a deleted tweet, which to me shows
It might have
that more
happened.
than likely Wendigoon went mask off with his transphobia, and then deleted the tweet sometime afterwards, when he realized that people would be mad about it. But there's a very small chance that this is not true because I did not take the original screenshot, so make of that what you will. We could talk about the time that Nyx Fears did a video about the disturbing movie Iceberg, who is a great horror trans creator, and I really hope that she's not mad at me for mentioning her here, because I think she's very cool and you should definitely go read her books. But Wendigoon famously did a very popular video on that particular Iceberg challenge as well, and in the comments of her video, he said, "We will be watching your career with great interest," which is just kinda gross.
Why is that gross? That's a genre he's interested in. She's literally responding like, these are my faves. From what I'm able to see here, the comments are even like happy that Wendigoon and this person are talking. To take this and immediately think that this is gross is insane. We'll be watching your career with great interest, okay? Like, they're in the same genre of creepy, spooky YouTube, okay? She's growing. She's a growing creator. He's on top of the fucking game. How are you going to make this into a creepy thing? It's weird, though, right? That's his favorite. Pretty weird. It's pretty gross. I have nothing really to say about this, but I found it. So I'm going to put it in front of you with the context that it's pretty weird, right? Like,
because in a way it is similar to him following me. It is him telling her that he sees that she's doing similar content to him, and his presence in the comments is undercutting her video.
yeah, he's transphobic because from what my interpretation is he's supporting this trans creator. So he's transphobic. And literally just got done calling him transphobic and then uses an example of him supporting a trans creator as an example of like, oh, see, he's creepy. He's creepy. Like you're it's like the King of Nothing video on Ethan Klein. That was terrible. Like the video is also at odds with it. Like it's like fighting itself. It's like two different people wrote for it and they're both kind of fighting with each other, right? But then this guy got the script and read it from his perspective. So you got this guy and this guy who are arguing with each other the whole time, and they're writing it out, and then this guy gets the script and he's on one side of the, so he reads it from his view, where it all means that that Wendigoon's bad, but in reality the script was two people fighting over whether or not Wendigoon was bad. Like,
while he also at the same time seemingly makes
like the script is at odds with itself.
it look like he supports trans people. Like in the response
Because the points actually contradict each other.
to his comment, people are saying things like, Wendigoon says,
Yeah, look, everybody else that saw that was like, oh my god, Wendigoon's supporting this trans creator, except for fucking Praise of Shadows, who was like, actually guys, what you have to realize is, this is pretty creepy. Like, how? No, literally nobody else saw it that way. Here are the comments that you're showing. You're showing the fucking comments. The video is actually at odds with itself. He fucking proves himself wrong before anybody else could do it.
Trans rights, while meanwhile he's simultaneously tweeting about Christian.
Like, why'd you give that to me? Why'd you give that to me? The script was written. He thought that this was a script. It was actually two people arguing over whether Wendigoon was bad or not.
Multiple times. We could talk about another time where someone made a YouTuber gay sex alignment chart and put Wendigoon as a sub bottom, to which he responded to them and said, "What did I do to hurt you?" Which, you know, clearly is a joke, but also the worst kinds of straight guys when they make jokes related to queerness.
What?
Almost exclusively direct the punchline at femme gays and bottoms, because they view them as lesser than masculine
Oh
tops.
my god, you fucking prick.
He has multiple times said that he supports queer people, but I think his actions in private clearly paint...
Maybe he's secretly a gay top, okay? Like, dude, it's funny. It's funny. It's a joke. Okay, somebody put him... How about this? Maybe you shouldn't have been so insensitive to Wendigoon's sexuality to put him on an alignment chart, placing him as a gay bottom. Maybe that was insensitive. So, and then he saw that and was just like, what did I do to you, as a joke? And that's supposed to make me believe that he's homophobic. Shut the fuck up.
A different picture. He once tweeted, saying, "I do not care if someone is gay or straight.
And then again, we have the tweet where it's like he's arguing with himself. The video is arguing with itself. We have the tweet that I would have shown him to show he's not homophobic. He just tried to give me a poor example of him being homophobic, and then immediately gives me him not being homophobic as another way to show that he is homophobic. But in reality, this is something that like somebody should be using to argue with you when you say that he's homophobic. This is proof that he's not homophobic, and you're giving it to me. You're giving me the information.
Sexuality is no one's business but the individual. Don't make assumptions. I make an effort to stay away from politics and social issues." Which, you know, first off, equating sexuality with politics kind of already shows what you kind of think of the issue.
Okay, everything's political. You literally just got done saying that you think movies are political. Okay, everybody thinks that there are people that think everything is fucking political. There are people on the internet that will make every single fucking thing a political issue. Teslas are a political issue. Everything is a political issue. You're one of those people. You think that horror movies are political in nature. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking moron. Your mom never told you were dumb.
And second off, clearly, as we have seen, everything that he does has deep political motivations.
My boy's so smart. My boy's so smart.
And to argue that he's just a horror YouTuber is comical. Far-right figures are often the only ones who hide their harm under a false shield of wanting to seem like they have no strong beliefs at all, because their real views are so socially abhorrent. And the thing that people kept saying to me in all of this was, why do you even care? Which, if you watch the comments under the video, I guarantee you will happen again, with takes like,
No bagel, no bagel. Games are not political, okay? Games aren't political. Until I want them to be political. This guy's next part of the video, the next part of the video will be him bringing something up that's totally not political and making it political. After, the video is at odds with itself. It's like the mark, as if I'm the greatest commentator YouTuber. I'm not even a commentator YouTuber. I'm like an orbiter of an orbiter, right? But it seems to be a mark of these really bad video essayists. Like, the video will be at odds with itself. It was the same thing with the King of Nothing video on Ethan Klein. That was fucking terrible. It was like the video was actually like fighting itself. It was like, Ethan Klein is too sensitive and dumb. And then he says the most based fucking take in the world. And it's like, see what I mean? It's like, no, I don't see what you mean.
oh, he's just a YouTuber. Why does it matter? Or, so what if he's a conservative? Is that a problem?
Yeah, is it a problem? Why is that a problem?
Which, the answer to that is yes.
Okay, why?
But the reason that I care is...
Well, no. Why? Why is that? Why? Why? You didn't finish. Why is that a problem?
because this does not belong in horror. Or anywhere.
Okay, so it's just bad. I'll just take your word for that. Okay, that's just bad, everyone. Just another example of him just saying shit.
I care deeply about horror, and everything that he does has demonstrated so far in his career that he should not be welcomed in our spaces. Or even, you know...
Motherfucker, you're nobody. You're in his space. How about that? How about you're in Wendigoon's space? This isn't your space. This isn't you. This is Wendigoon's space, bitch. You're not welcome in it. And you tried to cross over in a commentary. You're not welcome there either.
No, just in public in general. I think that these things clearly showcase a repeated pattern, in my opinion, of racism.
What things? What things? Oh God, I had to stop myself because that's what Willie Mac said. Now I know why he said it. Because he says nothing. He says nothing. I just watched the full segment. Nothing. Nothing is here.
And homophobia. While on top of that, being very irresponsible and dangerous with his large platform. Like, I think that anyone who supposedly...
Like there, okay, so... He's very irresponsible and dangerous with his large platform. Why?
accidentally starts a neo-Nazi hate group, and fully acknowledges that they did that, should not be accepted within society at all. They should not be celebrated. They should be treated for what they are.
So his only example was the fact that the Boogaloo Boys turned into a neo-Nazi hate group after he left the cause because it was turning into a neo-Nazi hate group. That's his example of him being fucking irresponsible with his platform. Was the fact that a bunch of crazy people took over the Boogaloo Boys and made it into an actual terrorist organization. But we can't call it a terrorist organization. No. It has to be a far-right neo-Nazi hate group.
Because remember, kids,
because terrorist isn't as bad as being right wing. That's terrible.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Well, that was fucking terrible. That was awful. Like the video itself was just bad. Everything about it was bad. The video itself is terrible. Like the video, like not the takes, not what he's saying. The video is bad. The video is at odds with itself. He was disproving himself the entire video. Because that's the thing. He's just wrong. Oh, dude, Oompaville just dropped. Oompaville just dropped. Oompaville just dropped. Where is it? Where's my button? Here he is. Here he is. It's getting good. The good's getting good. The good's getting good. Oh, fuck.
Hi, we're Visible, the wireless company that makes things...
I don't know if I should
visible.
react to it.
With
It
us,
just
what
got
you see
launched.
is-
We'll skip it.
Hello, everybody! Today we're talking about an incredibly sad experience that recently I was kind of involved in for about 15 seconds.
He is friends with Oompaville.
Hey, bro, left and the right wing are both wings of the same bird, man. That's the thing. That's the thing, brother.
A gun-obsessed content creator.
Yeah, dude. Dude, everybody just came out and fucking slammed this dude. It's so fucking good, dude. Even Oompaville is like, all right, bitch, game on. 38-minute video. Let's go.
I love it. I'm really excited by it. It's one of my favorite things that I've seen in a long time. And honestly, it is sad. Overall, it's a sad thing. It comes from a channel called In Praise of Shadows. You might have heard of In Praise of Shadows. He makes pretty interesting.
The corner of the thumbnail, next to an image of a terrified...
Doesn't exactly ever end well. My
Yeah.
life, I was home.
He got fucking slammed. Everybody came out that he talked about. Turkey Tom's talking about him right now. Brandon Buckingham, Donut Operator. Oh, he just got slammed. The guy got absolutely fucking hammered. It's so good. Is Turkey Tom still talking about it? He's live yet. Hold on.
Some guy who doesn't have all the senses.
We'll cross stream.
So basically, this channel is ran by YouTuber who is like a Scientologist, and he's like the leader of Scientology in San
All right.
Francisco.
I don't know. Turkey Tom's doing his own shit. No clue. But yeah, shit, guys. I don't know what else there is to say. That was it, dude. Some Just I don't know, just your typical bullshit. I was trying to think of like doing a video with it, but I'm like, I just want to react to it because I know it's just gonna be a fucking joke. Yes, play games. Oh, should I play games? Continue BioShock. Hold on. It's getting kind of late, to be honest with you. Looking up something quick. I can't get into a game this late. I was hoping that there's this other streamer that I was hoping to send you guys over to, but they're not live yet. I was kind of hoping our streams would line up in a way where I could throw you guys at him. Didn't quite go that way. Oh God, again. Yeah, dude, I love that shit. No, I think it's time to fucking wrap it up. I think it's time to wrap it up, guys. I'm not down for rating anyone. Dude, it's Jar Juice. It's your boy Jar Juice. He's friend of the channel, dude. Jar Juice is friend of the channel. What's wrong with you guys? Hold on, where is he? It's Jar Juice.
Dude is like such a fucking tryhard. Can we just call each other files more, please? He's just accusing him of being a.
Is it only Jar Juice?
Praying for you, bro. I hope you stop dwelling on being tested and cuffed.
We love Jar Juice. I was on one of his streams. Who's Juice? Who's Juice? What's wrong with you? Where is he? Where am I? I was on one of his streams. Hold on. I gotta press. Hold on. Where was I? Where was Joe? I forget what stream I was on. It wasn't Nick Riquetta. I think it was this one.
Oh no, he did delete it. Wait, good thing.
Country. No, debate isn't.
Yeah, Hassan equals Alex Jones. That's so true. Except like Hassan is like less entertaining, and it's relevant. Yeah, what does this mean? I was wondering. Say what you
I don't know. I was here somewhere.
That's what Ethan Klein would say. I really want to see him care about.
You can normally find me lurking in a Jar Juice video. Was it this one?
Catboy Ranch Discord server, along with other dramas. Place of us have that was literally
Use the.
it's like. What is that?
They got the. To her. They have been.
Clear.
In Some Ordinary Gamers. There I
thumbnail,
am.
if
If anyone doesn't know, that was drawn by this artist. Oh, I'm just chilling. What's going on? Yeah, dude, your boy on Jar's stream, dude.
Yeah, take your time. I hope I didn't rush you.
No, you're good. I was just finishing up my Keffels video on the Just a Worm stuff. I just got that out there, so
Oh yeah,
I'm good.
Did you just post it?
I just posted it. Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want to go over basically like the whole timeline with the Just a Worm stuff, and then we can discuss?
Yeah, I'll do my best here. And also like I think
Yes!
Just a Worm, like a lot of people do from his art. He doesn't talk about, but he.
Who's this guy
draws art
talking?
in a
This
very,
guy sounds handsome.
grotesque style, almost like a meat cannon type situation. but,
Yes!
he does like Turkey Tom.
We love it.
Leo,
We love
Keffels.
it.
But the thing with him is, he does everybody gets it equally. He'll
Yeah.
draw Keffels looking terrible. He'll draw Keemstar looking terrible. And the art in Some Ordinary Gamers thumbnail, if anyone doesn't know, that was drawn by this artist, Just a Worm. And it really seems like the audience couldn't get it. Some Ordinary Gamers, so they went for Just a Worm, calling his art transphobic.
Yeah.
Although, I would disagree with that. Everyone gets it equally. I mean, so that led to him being harassed. And I think I just heard Nicholas Diorio say that his account wasn't actually banned. A lot of people are saying Just a
So
Worm's
yeah,
account
that's
was-
that. I was on there. We love that. We love that I was on there. We love Jar Juice. I made an appearance. I got on.
Big deal. Making moves. Making fucking moves around here. So that was cool. But yeah, I think I'm going to bed. No need to drag it out any longer. I don't know, man. I'm really... My last video was a fucking stinker, so now I'm really trying to wait till there's like something that I'm really confident is going to do well. Because quite frankly, I was really confident the last video was going to do well. And it didn't. So that sucks. But it does happen. It's just drag out the pain. Yeah, no, the pain is... I'm trying to like... I feel like when I put more effort into videos, they do worse. I feel like my best videos are my biggest fucking chunks of slop. And then whenever I like actually spend like a little bit of time to try to like do a better job or make like a take, like to put something together that like isn't just fucking just slop, it doesn't do well. So yeah, I don't know. That's so like I have this need, like my ego wants to make better videos, like more high quality videos, but then when I do fucking make the high quality videos, in my opinion, like my higher quality videos, like this one, like I think this video was like good and got 193 views, and that was like not even like the metrics on the video were good compared to my others, like what I'm used to seeing, and just YouTube didn't recommend it to anybody. It was fucking terrible. And then my Drake versus Kendrick, which was just like, I think Drake sucks, for 8 minutes, that one got like over 1,000 video views. My live stream just bitching about fucking vegan teacher got almost 10,000 fucking views. Like, I feel like some of my best videos just don't fucking go anywhere. I don't understand it. It's very upsetting because I really do want to start making, like, my ego makes me want to like show that I can make like higher quality videos and try to push myself. But then whenever I take the time to make the higher quality video, it just fucking doesn't do well. So maybe it's probably a me thing, right? I probably just suck, but it's fucking discouraging. But it is whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I got like this one video idea that I'm really struggling to find enough information on it to like do the video. And no one else has really covered it as in depth as I'm attempting to cover it. But that might just because there's nothing there. But we'll see. I'm in the investigation phase of video right now. I'm going to probably take a break from that and do a couple smaller videos really soon because we're going on 2 weeks now without any main channel, like videos, which isn't good. But I don't know. I hate when I put out a video, it doesn't even get 1,000 views. And that's the thing with the Keffels video. I mean, the metrics were good. Click-through rate was good. Watch time was average. And YouTube was like, yeah, we're just not going to recommend this to anybody. We're going to recommend this to like 1,000 people, which is really sad because I have like over 1,000 subscribers and none of them fucking get recommended my videos, probably because they don't watch them, right? Oh well, fucking sucks to suck sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, right? All right, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll catch you guys soon. Definitely want to try to focus on drama content, something like commentary wise, before we hop back into Fallout, but we will be back into Fallout because I like Fallout. So all right, peace, thanks for watching, bye.